Rabbit.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome to the show. Here, as we get into the month of November, it is Barn Burner.
Now we can freak out. It's November. We can't overreact.
It's not early anymore.
No,
guys,
no.
Still October. No, you can panic. Yeah, you can totally panic.
Good.
If that's something you feel you need to do, get your helmet on for Calgary Flames game day. The Dallas Stars are in town. The 5-1-1 Dallas Stars.
It helps to panic. We know that too.
Forgot my shirt again, my jersey, Backlund. Damn it.
Well, you wore it in the Buffalo game and they won. I think you wore it the Winnipeg game and they won.
It's a better record than without, I can tell you that.
Yes.
I feel we could have used that today too.
Could have used that on Sunday. God, we talked about that game for 6 hours. Live stream, post-game show, yesterday's show.
Yeah, just turn that one inside out.
Yeah.
Start getting to work there. Start putting some effort in. Yeah, it's a game day. So helmets and the Stars 5-1-1. Fine start for the Stars.
And not even really clicking yet. The offense isn't humming. Their power plays at less than 10%. They'll get better.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
Their power play has nothing in the last 4 games. 0 for 10 little slide that they're on.
Yeah.
Rupe Hintz is just kind of getting started. He missed the start of the year, if I'm not mistaken, first game or 2.
Okay.
But yeah, good team. Good team.
Why are you not that optimistic for the Flames, Pinder? You putz.
Well, it's mostly because
if anyone's not clicking, it's Calgary.
Yeah. I think it's because I have a hate on for the Flames. I think the personnel that the Stars have is very similar to the Flames, so it must be just my deep-seated hatred for the Flames that has me less optimistic.
Oh, we should try to fix that.
Skill to skill, I'm sure it's Evie Stevie, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got a young Robertson, a young Wyatt Johnston, a young
Coronado,
Rupe Hintz. They got a young Heiskanen. They got all those guys, right?
Anderson.
They got Ottinger.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Good. So then it's probably just me being an idiot.
It's just time.
Par for the course.
Time. The Stars are good. Like the Stars.
It's
cup contender, friends.
It's gone sour in a hurry for the Pinder milk jug. The past due date has certainly passed.
Well, I mean, I understood that this group could be better, and you wanted to see it. There's just no indication that it is.
I know. I understand.
Like, give me your assessment of what you've seen. What's been good?
Not a lot.
Markstrom and maybe Mangiapane, maybe Backlund's line and the penalty kill. That's about it.
Yeah, it's
fourth line's been okay. All the guys that make difference in games, your top 6 forwards, your top 4 defensemen.
You know what? Where we're at with it too, Retro, is the other shows in the other cities. They're talking about the Flames.
Oh well, if we're getting noticed, things aren't good then.
Yeah, I saw our buddy Noodles, who we hope we will have today, but he is traveling, touch and go. His overdrive, he and the O-Dog, they had Mike Johnson on yesterday. What's up? What's going on with the Flames? I saw everybody talking on the national stage. What's going on in Calgary?
Why don't they ever call us to talk about it?
I don't know. They just talk amongst themselves, right?
Putzes.
That said, if they were to have phoned us and brought us on, I think our assessment would be the same. Mike Johnson was talking about how there were some comments made within the room by Nikita Zadorov. That's troubling, that the players that are paid to be stars are not their third liners at best right now. That who is going to carry this team out of it? Who's going to be the horse that says, get on my back? Let's win some games here.
It does sound like our show. You're right.
And one of the most troubling parts is the goaltending has actually been very good. And despite that, they can't seem to get victories. So well done, Mike Johnson, I guess. Don't need us.
Well, and he's paying attention. He's seeing what we're seeing. We're not just crazy, negative haters.
Both can be possible.
They're not mutually exclusive, but I mean, he's seeing what we're seeing.
Yeah.
I just keep looking at this group. Like, if it's not working now, and maybe you can somehow get into the middle of the pack, God, you'd have to play well to do it. And it seems like far-fetched at this point, but it's possible. Then what? You're still old and untalented next year. Like, you're going to have guys walk. You're going to pay guys too much if you keep them. Like, there's just no path to being a contender with this group. And so what you're hoping is that the organization as a whole, because we know it's not just one person that makes this decision, or at least, there's a lot of people trying to convince one person to make a decision. You have an opportunity in theory for the next 2 or 3 years to collect assets, get younger, pick high. That is the pathway to being a cup contender. There are no cup contenders that aren't teams that haven't got a bunch of high-end picks.
Could somebody come on and argue with you that's smarter than us two and say, well, wait a minute, a couple tweaks here, a little bit there. We don't have to go all the way down the, to Doomsville.
I don't even know if it's that's smart or smart enough to. It's just that they would see it a different way. And it's tricky. It's hard to see it a different way right now. Things look very bleak. And I don't know that I can spin you a real scenario where they are going to be a lot better. There are some players who certainly should be able to perform better than they are. That would be about it. I don't think that, I mean, I think there's a lot of guys who are underperforming.
Yeah. And it's not just like, it's a 5-game thing. It's now 85 to 90 games where you're not happy with what you've got from Huberdeau.
You mentioned Lindholm yesterday. Lindholm,
smaller
contract year, as you said. There's some guys that really should be playing better. So again, there's the big picture. You talk about the next 2-3 years. Then there's us that do a show every day. There's tonight's game. And then there's another one coming up on the weekend. How do we approach that? They have to be, maybe it's these type of opponents that bring the best out in them. It's hard to know with this team.
They played well against New York, to be fair. And that's I think they've played one true cup contender. It's New York, despite and maybe Edmonton will get back to that, but they clearly weren't coming into Sunday's game. This is a cup contender. I think there's sort of those 7 or 8 teams before the season we saw as like threats. This is another one. And their best effort may have been against New York. It just happened to be their first game back. Kadri has the bad turnover on the power play, shorthanded goal, and it just like broken. We're going to come back.
November 1st. 2-6-1.
But the rest of the pack hasn't sprinted out of,
especially in the Pacific. That's the good news. If you want them to make the playoffs.
Well, that's then you have another debate, right?
Perfect pain for this organization would be to finish 9th in the West. It's another mid-first round pick that you're going to have to wait 3-4 years that isn't going to be a franchise player. It's no playoff revenue. It probably gets you down the pathway of an extension with one of these UFAs. Maybe you walk one of them right to UFA and get nothing for them. The worst place for this team, we said it all summer, was going to be on the bubble at the deadline. We said it. Be great or be awful. The path is clear. If you're the bubble, it is a nightmare for Craig Conroy.
I wonder how he's doing. Have you reached out to your buddy Craig?
Saw him a couple weeks ago.
You're all when things are great. You always reach out. Are you that kind of what do you call that? Like a rainy day people? Whatever. Come on.
I'm guessing his attitude is somewhat changed from last I saw him.
You would have been optimistic in Buffalo, right? You played well against Pittsburgh and Washington. You probably deserve more than 1 point. You had that big win at home against Winnipeg.
He was happy to pick up the tab.
Coronado's looking
Buffalo. Life is
good.
Look at this. Look at that. La-di-da. The boys will be good.
Just dust off Columbus tomorrow night, and it's a winning road trip.
Stress.
Now, did you see him before or after the Buffalo game?
Before.
Okay. So 1 win since then.
Oh. That was 2 weeks ago.
Was that 2 weeks ago?
They've lost 5 in a row, Dean.
You know what, though? I hope what he's learning very quickly, because I don't want him to go without sleep, is there's not a damn thing he can do.
Nothing he can do.
Well,
you've done your thing. I mean, sure, you could make a trade or you could blow it up, but nobody's going to help you.
You can work around the edges right now. That's it. You can call up Zary. You can call up Soloviev. You can talk to the coach about benching someone. You can. The thing with this damn job is it will keep you up even when things are going well. I don't think he is going to sleep well no matter what you tell him, right? Like there's just.
Don't be so negative, Pinder. Can you read us across?
That be negative? I just thought we watch these guys age. We talked about it like in the last 2 weeks. They're like presidents. In 4 years, it looks like they're a decade older.
No, it doesn't. Not to me.
Okay.
I said this from the start.
Do you think this job's easy? I'm sort of the mind that the only 30 people have it. That, geez, it's going to be tough to be better than your counterparts here.
I think the easy part is tearing down.
I agree with that.
That's easy. Now, you'll be judged eventually on what you got in return, but you can trade away good players or expire. You can get that done. But it's finding trades that make you better. That's the mark of a general manager that sticks around in this league. And there's a lot of guys who have gone through rebuilds, failed rebuilds. Is this the second or the third? Guys can strip it down, but can you come out on the other side with the relief and with the success? Finally, we got through this, and it was worth that pain because look what we have right now.
Yeah, and even in Buffalo, like that's over a decade, Red. How many years are you at? 13, 10? Like they're not out of the woods. Are they going to make the playoffs this year? Looks like a long shot to me. Like it's better probability they miss in that division, and with the goaltending and lack of defensive structure and the start they've had, like they're no better than 50-50 to get in for sure.
No, that's
so it's like everyone's really horny about the Sabres, and they're over a decade into this. So it's easy, sure. If you want to do it well, it's really hard. Easy to sell guys to get the things you need back to be good again. Hard.
It's like a lot of things. Some things are easy to do, but to do it well, right?
The Sabres, only to make a point about the Sabres, they missed on one thing.
What's that?
The best player maybe ever.
They tanked for McDavid, right?
They
got screwed by the lottery gods.
The lottery gods got him because you're from Buffalo and you should have known better. And McDavid could be wearing a Buffalo Sabres jersey.
Yeah, well, Eichel's already won a cup. He hasn't. So what's the big deal there?
Yeah. Eichel's already been in a parade. I saw him without a shirt on. He was having a hell of a time.
That's the team that you're like, hey, how are they so good? They got to pick scraps off everyone, and they've already been to 2 cups and won one. Like, how does Vegas make this look easy?
I don't know, man.
God damn it.
And none of their contracts seem
onerous.
Right?
Eventually Pietrangelo and Stone will get old, but they're not now.
Not now.
Stone will be injured before he gets old.
And the thing of it is, you look at those contracts differently after you've won. The pain is a lot different.
Another thing.
Having Brent Seabrook, that's a bad contract. How are the 3 cups? Well, they're okay.
Yeah, it's just that one came before the other, but I hear you. You put up with it because he's going to the rafters.
How's that? How's that deal? Well, we got a banner up there. All right, well, worth it, I suppose. We'll deal with that down the road. We were talking about this last week and maybe even the week before, but it is ready to roll. It is the Wendy's Daily Face-Off Survivor Pool. All you need to do is go to dailyfaceoff.com. In the right top corner, you're going to see a little link for the Wendy's Survivor. You go in there, and each day you are given a number of selections. There is today's selezione. What do you got? The Sabres win against the Flyers. Jason Robertson over half a point. Jonathan Huberdeau, Frankie Toronto, St. Louis Blues. So you can pick one of these, and you pick one per day. And if you're successful,
you move on.
Then you roll into day number 2. You win there, you're day number 3. And then by the end of this round, a bunch of winners, people who have been surviving and staying alive, you're going to get some prizes from Wendy's. Obsess over that new obsession. Maybe the very real barbecue bacon cheeseburger. Look at that bad boy on the bottom.
I'd like to spill some of that on my shirt.
Come on, come over here.
That's a sign of true love.
Come here, you little devil.
I got a home for you. Come on in here.
Applewood smoked bacon, crispy onions, and cheese melts over the never frozen Canadian beef. Oh, mama.
No need to freeze it, Dan.
All you need to do, again, go to dailyfaceoff.com. It's on the top of the right-hand corner. Get in there. You're going to have to enter. We have all entered.
I'm in, yeah.
And we're looking to get some. We're going streaking.
Rhett, get in there. Get a team going, would you? Dean and
I
are
like
in.
this.
Jack's
this
in.
Great.
And if you get on a heater, anytime you pass through that Hamilton Airport, you're going to be able to hammer some free Wendy's if you get on a heater. Let's go.
Let's go. Wendy's. Daily Face-Off Survivor Pool.
What'd you pick today? I'm locked in. I'm not going to change.
I'm locked in. I'm not changing. Jack took that screen grab, I think, of your pick, correct? That was your...
Yeah, that was mine.
The Robertson over a half point seems like the most probable outcome.
And it does give the percentage of people who have selected.
Once you've selected, it shows the selection breakdown by percentage.
I also took the Jason Robertson.
I did as well. So when Jason Robertson is shut out by Markstrom tonight and the Flames win 8-0, we'll be
let's
done
go
for
streak
this
it. Let's
week.
let's go together.
We'll start
That's,
next
It's
week.
fine.
Yeah,
We'll do
okay.
that. No one on the Huberto, eh?
Maybe Frank. He's bullish on Huberto bounce back.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it as much
Before the season.
There's still a little kind of defending that take, but not quite as bullish as he was maybe a few weeks ago. The barn raising, barnstorming tour that Huberto was going to go on?
Calgary doesn't even know the real Jonathan Huberto.
Yeah.
We're ready to meet him. Let's go.
Yeah, dying to meet him.
God, can't wait.
That guy that we heard so much about.
Yeah. We watched it yesterday morning, the highlights of him in Florida. It's just.
So what did you see?
An incredibly dynamic playmaker. And you could see him trying to do the crazy plays. They just haven't worked here in their turnovers all night. They're connecting. Now you're watching a highlight reel, so it's only the ones that work.
Sure.
No one's ever going to tell you this guy was physical or great defensively, but he was just an incredibly gifted creator of offensive opportunities. That's how you get to 115 points. And yeah, he had some good people around him, but not like didn't play with Barkov at 5-on-5. It's wild.
Even with the percentages, you'd think there'd be a little more success here. Than
You'd hope.
Goodness gracious. Gosh, this Pinder character. You need a vacation.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll take one.
Yeah, you need to get out. And
You should get away.
This negativity's bogging me down. I need to clear my head.
Your European vacation, it's gone. It's worn off.
Way too long
Done.
ago. Yeah. Well, you need to get to the tropics soon. So you pencil that in. We'll cover for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, Jamie McLennan, we're hoping to talk with later, but it's again, we're getting, you know what it is? We're getting screwed by air travel. We almost got screwed with Frankie the other day. Frank was doing the red eye and then a delayed flight. We didn't think we were going to have Frank. Then he snuck in at the end. Maybe we'll get Noodles by the end of the show today. But
don't mind it.
We will see.
How was Hallows Eve? How was Halloween? What did tell us about your night? Did you leave your house?
Well, no.
Okay.
No.
So par for
It
the
was
course.
the lamest Halloween I've had since children entered the mix.
You asked, you said in the group chat, Halloween sucks, or this is the worst Halloween, something. And then I said, well, tell us more. And you didn't say
I'm just
anything.
sitting there by myself in my house handing out candy.
That's all it was here.
Good traffic or no?
It's fine. Nothing. Not a lot, but
so people aren't
less,
driving into your
I
neighborhood
liked
to-
it because it seemed less than there would be. So
Okay.
good for me. Still candy in the house.
Yeah. No, my youngest had a hell of a time. She went out with 3 or 4 of her friends. They don't want us hanging around.
No.
See ya. So they go and take off. My middle guy, he's 15. He's not doing it now. And he actually went out to see some friends. He's like, this is lame. I'm just going to come home. So he just came home. Yeah, I was just handing out candy. And I don't even know. Didn't even keep track. But I'm kind of with you, Retro. There was a few kids, but I thought there'd be more.
They had a snow squall here in below.
Did they?
That'll cut down on the attendance for sure.
It was beautiful here.
For Halloween,
oh man,
that's probably as good as it gets. Like around 0.
Yeah.
Perfect. You don't have to do the costumes with the winter jackets over top.
Yeah. What are you?
What are you? I'm Superman when
Canadian.
it's -20. I've really got to bundle up here. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm
I did a lot of work on this. You can't see it.
Child.
Yeah.
So did you figure out what you end up doing?
Well, so it's always that you get the wave of the youngsters coming by. So we were getting ready, feeding the turds and dinner, getting all organized with costumes and stuff. And as that happened, we had all the young kids on the block came by, you say hello, see the princesses and the
New kids on the block.
And KOB. A little old to be trick-or-treating, if you ask me.
Hanging
but
tough.
So we did that. And then we left out a big pail, but please take 2 only. And we had the Halloween music playing at the front, like Monster Mash and
first couple
Somebody's
kids
watching me, all on
nailed
repeat over and over and over. And we came back and I'm like, that thing's gonna, like, someone's pouring that in a pillowcase, like within 5 minutes of us leaving. It was half full when we got back.
Really?
What?
Wow.
Then we walked over to Gigi and Grandpa's because that's like a full chocolate bar neighborhood, and the kids just raked, and it was busy.
So that's how you establish you've got dough, is when you stand out.
I don't know. I just know as a kid you could find the full chocolate bar houses. You're like, yep, let's go.
But that's what the kids, right? Like that's
I would think so.
Let's go to the neighborhood where you get full
chocolate bars.
Well, I could tell you that ain't it, because we did full, and we are not in that neighborhood, and we are not those people.
Right.
Man,
but I mean, when you if you visit 200 homes, That's where you want, like, what's our percentage of full chocolate bars?
Yeah.
Whew.
I gave out Costco-sized bags of chips.
Is that right?
A pallet for
Like
each of you kids.
pillowcases, like the Miss Vicky's.
The family
Massive
pack,
ones.
family
Oh my
size.
god. Yeah, but even I don't think there was a whole lot of drinking going on in the neighborhood for the parents. I didn't see a lot of wagons with
People are
schnapps rolling
losers
by.
since COVID. That's what it is.
Yeah,
We're
is
all
that
a
what it
bunch of
is?
losers.
I saw
Losers.
lots. We had a few cheerses out there on the street.
Jack, what'd you do, bud?
I got off the hook last night. The lady brought over some friends. I watched some sports.
Oh yeah,
So
with the girls, or they did their
no,
own thing.
I went upstairs. Yeah. They handled all the business. So
Hey Jack, who do you like to win the World Series? No, that's probably not it.
Yeah.
that was my night.
We're a bunch of fucking dullards, eh?
Mm.
I just sat around and gave out candy. Oh, my chick came over and I didn't have to do anything.
It's November.
Is it?
It was.
So you know the guy that owns a piece of the Predators that lives here in town.
Yeah.
Big blowout every year.
Sure.
Like actors, dudes with chainsaws,
Yeah.
zombies, walk through the yard, explosions, chaos. That's always, it's on the circuit every year.
Sure, yeah.
And like lined up, like 100 people deep to get in. Crazy. It's great chaos.
Text there coming in. That house in Auburn Bay giving out 2-liter pop. I saw a video. It wasn't of that one, but it was somebody who had built kind of like imagine like a ski jump from the top of his house. And he had, I don't know, cases of 2 liters.
Just rolling them.
And kids would come to the bottom and it was just kind of like like a bed sheet or whatever. Boom. Cream soda. Boom. Down would go the 2-liter, would hit the bottom. They'd grab it. Thanks for this guy was just firing 2-liter bottles.
I like
Jeez.
it.
I like that too. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, we had one little guy come over and it was like, you can have a bag of chips or a bar, whichever one you want. It's like, well, I want chips. So he grabs a bag of chips. Then he kind of gives me the look, grabs an Aero bar,
You gonna try me, old man?
grabs a Smarties.
Come on.
Looks over his shoulders at his mom and dad. Okay, buddy, that's good. And I'm kind of looking at them and smiling because he's going to test. He's going to see how far can I go.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy, that's good. Kit Kat. Thanks very much. See ya. So he did pretty well. Yeah, he did pretty well. I like that.
You do get to see what kids are made of.
Yeah.
Like how long do we remember our thank yous, and how long till we're singing the not too big, not too small, just the size of Montreal, all that nonsense.
It was sad though with my middle guy. You could see he realized that it was over for him.
The magic's
And he
over.
loved it.
You still love it, eh?
He loved it. He was more than his older brother. This guy, man, he'd run around and race 100 miles an hour, come back, dump it out, go back out again.
Reload.
Sad tale.
Yeah.
Sad tale. But yeah,
Kids,
there's,
they're growing up.
Well, at least he's got you to look up to.
there's a lot of full candy bars hanging around the house right now.
I was gonna bring today.
Old Fats McGee here. Gotta figure something out with that.
I was
It's no
told
good.
by what to bring in all the extras here today
bet.
for Jack. Tomorrow.
What's your favorite bar?
Kit Kat.
We got lots of Kit Kats for you.
And you know what? Your American Kit Kats stink.
They're gross. All of it's gross.
No
Don't eat
good.
Yeah,
American
the chocolate's not
candy.
good.
It's
They all love their
disgusting.
Hershey
Ugh.
bullshit.
No.
No thanks.
What are they doing down there?
I don't know what they're doing.
They're adding
milk
shit to
that
it to
doesn't
make it
expire for
cheap.
9
It's
months?
Disgusting.
They
I
Don't
got
eat
a
it.
lot of stuff figured
Honest to
out.
God, my kid handed me some stuff last night, and I was like, "No, it's not even. It doesn't even taste good."
No.
I did a little investigation of the pillowcases. It's the daddy tax. You got to take out a couple coffee crisps for each,
I like coffee crisp.
And you know what? That's the thing.
even on each side. Can't
No
be
one's going to
favoring.
miss those because we had whatever it was, the Nestle and the Cadburys, and the Arrows were going, and the Caramels, and everything was going. The coffee crisp, not a huge hit with the kids.
And you know what? Perfect. More for us, buddy.
Yeah.
More for us.
I do love the.
You can't get them down there, can you, Retro?
No.
Nope.
You do another
No,
candy
sir.
bracket.
Is that how good
Talk
the season's
about
going?
this goddamn hockey team.
For those just joining the program, when the pandemic happened and we didn't have sports for, a year, we started doing candy brackets. This Flames team is so lovable. We want to do one now in the second month of the season.
Let Pinder come on, just fucking flamethrow the team for about 10 or 15 and then start talking about chips.
Don't feel like I'm being unfair.
No, but it's here's we're doing a show every day.
You're
all
right.
winter long, and to put up the tombstone on November 1st and talk about 3 years down the road, it makes it tricky.
It does match what we're hearing too, though, right? We've heard from multiple people that the extension talks are on hold, as they should be, because what the team is seeing and what the agents and players are seeing is also what we're seeing.
Are you bringing that up in the Pinder Report?
I mean, we've talked about it for a couple of weeks. You can't be extending these guys if the team's not going to be good.
No, but Eric Francis put out on Sportsnet that Sportsnet has learned, but that they
Elliot Friedman noted it Monday morning as well, that the Hanover thing that he said would be surprising but didn't get done a week prior. It was
right.
Like, whoa, this thing's on the back burner now.
That essentially the team has paused all contract extension talks for the time being,
which is rational. It makes sense.
Does make sense.
Take your time. It doesn't mean you can't revisit them, but it's certainly, what's the rush here?
Which is really a complete 180 from 10 days ago.
Yeah.
They might continue to play so well that you could offer them something again in a month that didn't have the numbers they were.
Yeah. If Elias Lindholm wants 9, he's going to have a better 73 games to finish the season than the 9 he's opened.
It is a delicate dance. Well, you better get him signed before he prices himself out. Then it's
it's not it's a complete screeching 4-wheel lock him up.
Did that fax get sent? Unplug the machine immediately. It's halfway said, run. Cancel.
Go in there and steal all the pens fast.
Well, and the other thing is, I think it's kind of narratives too. Like, guys in their contract years always have good years. It's like, no, just the ones we remember. No one remembers Chris Tanev having a May year heading into free agency, right? Like it's not a very 80% of the time these guys have career years in free agency. No, it's just you see guys get paydays when they do play well, and that's what you remember.
It does happen.
I remember a lot.
It does happen. It's just not everyone's. It's like, it's contract year. He's going to be great. It's like, well, it's not 100%, fellas.
Well, it's don't shit yourself in your.
It should be 0 out of 6 either, or 5 or whatever it is.
Like, in terms of bringing them back, 0 out of.
No, I'm saying how many on our team?
Yeah, there's not a lot of contract years happening right now. I mean,
exactly right. Like
5,
okay, so we're at 0% instead of.
It's Hanifin, Zadorov, and Tanev on the back end, and it's Lindholm up front. And then, I mean, how you categorize Oliver Shillington. He's not helping his value by not playing, but that's clearly bigger than hockey at this point.
Yeah.
04. Unrestricted.
Traded 1, signed 1, and 4 guys not having career years so far. There's your tally. And 1 guy's not playing hockey. Could have had better results.
Maybe you shouldn't have signed the one you did.
Well, yeah.
I mean, didn't you just say no? The guys out east were talking about whose back they're going to get on.
Yeah,
who's going to pull them through?
Yeah, they're third line center. Go get them, boys.
Well, keep on waiting. Hey, listen.
What?
We're still a bunch of fun guys.
Especially you,
right? We're just a bunch of fun guys over here. Wouldn't you want to hang out with us in Phoenix?
Not the best show to do that.
Hey,
you guys whining about Halloween.
If you guys are in the doldrums, you kind of, turn that frown upside down with a barn burner vacation out to Phoenix, Arizona with the boys, huh? Go to our website, nationgear.ca. You will find the barn burner vacation right there.
Right there.
January 11th to 13th, Arizona flights, hotels, and hockey. Transportation to and from the airport. We're going to go to the Mullet Arena.
No, we need tour guide. Because you've been to Scottsdale Fairmount. I've only been to the Phoenix area once.
Yeah.
And we have a guy that basically runs the town. Like we got like Sinatra in New York type situation. Our boy Darcy Hordichuk may as well run for mayor of Phoenix. Anything you want, anything you curious about, want to get into this restaurant, where do we go on this night? He's got it all. We got to chat with him about what we're doing. We got a wide open Friday in Phoenix.
This is true.
He's the man. Are you comfortable with it? Could you build an itinerary? Do you know what you're doing? Is there certain things you got to hit? I know nothing except that there's different areas. We're going to a game Thursday.
Well, travel day, we go to the game that night.
Yeah.
But then, wait, what are we doing?
You're free agent until Saturday.
What are we doing?
Thursday night, the game ends. Flames beat the Coyotes 15-0, and then you're free until Saturday when you fly home.
That's right. So there's plenty of tomfoolery that we can get into.
You've
I
always
think
talked about the
that's
restaurants there.
affordable tomfoolery. $14.99 based on double occupancy. That's your flights, that's your hotel, that's your hockey ticket. And tomfoolery fee. All wrapped into one.
Yeah, leave yourself a tomfoolery budget.
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah.
Our Barn Burner Vacation is brought to you by Alberta Blue Cross. There's only one thing better than sharing memories, and that is making new ones. Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance protects your memories and more wherever travel takes you. Visit ab.bluecross.ca/travel for more information. Alberta Blue Cross, celebrating life's memorable moments inspired by hockey. What would we do?
Well, okay, because you guys always talk about the same stinking restaurants. I don't even know their names, but you always, anytime Phoenix comes up, you talk with people about a certain restaurant.
There's a million restaurants that are just phenomenal.
So many are great.
The
Yeah.
highest
So
of the-
Scottsdale would have, you'd be.
You like Spinato's Pizza? Isn't that the one you dig?
Yep. Yeah.
That's
I mean, that's pizza. That
Yeah.
That's if you're spending a week or 10 days down there, and you one of the days you go for pizza. I don't think that's you get a couple nights there. That's not a.
I do like the dirty martinis over at Mastro's Retro.
Yes,
That's the one.
indeed,
I've
sir.
heard about that.
Yes, indeed.
Mastro's Ocean Club.
I've never been to a Top Golf. I wouldn't mind checking that out.
You've
Top
never
Golf's
been to a
right there.
Top Golf? You'd love
No,
it.
I mean,
You'd really like it.
the launch pads here, phenomenal in Calgary, but
Yeah.
I've never done the Top Golf brand.
I
Yeah.
guess it's.
It's very similar.
I would think so. but
Launchpad guys have done a great job.
They
there.
have, yeah. Kudos.
You want to go to
Hey, Launchpad guys, Buffalo needs one.
Oh,
is that right?
Below.
Hey, Launchpad guys.
Hey, Launchpad.
Hey, Launchpad guys, Buffalo needs one. So anyway, that's coming up in January. Keep that in the front of your mind there. We are selling tickets. We are selling packages. They are not unlimited. They are not just really just, oh yeah, you by all means, everybody get on it.
Yeah, and it's a busy time of year right before that, so get this in the calendar quick. Don't be waiting.
Oh, you'll be so happy when you get through Christmas and New Year's, and then
In-laws.
everybody's going back to work. You're like, ugh, what have I? Oh, I'm going to Phoenix in a week to watch Rhett get
Yeah.
plastered at the Ocean Club.
Oh, I'm just gonna puke everywhere.
Pinder's going to be high kicking, get tossed out of some peeler joint.
Oh yeah,
Boom's going to be going to bed early with his book.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, Boom's gouts flared up from all the meat and booze. He's lying down. Good times.
Yeah, go see Troy Stetcher play for the Coyotes.
Yeah, sure. He's happy.
Should do a house tour down there, like the Hollywood
Cribs.
Crib, like
Yeah.
because there's so many guys, retired guys down there. Rent a
Like,
bus.
there
and
would
egg
be a
all
lot,
their
I think, yeah.
Rent a bus and go and egg all their houses.
This is where Chuck Kobasu lives.
Thwack.
Oh yeah. Great.
Who
Thwack,
likes
thwack.
that? Not me.
You get Shane Doan's place, okay? We'll leave you alone on that one.
Is he there? Where'd he go? Who's he
He's
helping?
Toronto.
Toronto.
Come on. He's got to have kept a place there.
Well, I'm sure he
Oh,
did, but
for
he's working
sure.
with the Leafs because his kid's playing at Arizona State.
Oh, he's back there a bunch for sure.
But I saw he was on the
Is
ice.
he AGM
At
or what did they hire him
practice.
to?
Well,
Trying to remember.
Treliving gave him a job.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the job. Anyway,
How
I didn't
dumb
know
you
that.
gotta be in Arizona? That's like not hiring a Ginla in Calgary.
Yeah, I don't.
well, they did. They got it figured out.
You know what? Speaking of that, Arizona. I was looking this morning at the standings in the National Hockey League,
Did you turn that frown upside down?
seeing that there's Anaheim and Arizona in the 2 wildcard spots.
Arizona's my sneaky team.
All right, and look at Vancouver with their 6-2-1.
Vancouver
start.
has looked tidy this year, fellas. And again last night, their stars, Demko and net, Quinn Hughes on the back end, Elias Pettersson up front. And this is a Vancouver team that hasn't been better than the Flames, like 4 of the last 5 years, 3 of the last 5 years. Like, I just look at that team and think, how are the Flames even going to hang with them? The best forward on the ice is Pettersson.
Stop
the best
it.
defenseman- Okay.
Depth. That's how. Depth. We've got great depth down the middle.
You know what they are? So deep.
Are they?
They're so deep.
They're so
Ryan.
deep that the 24th player for the Bruins is playing a regular shift here.
They could just roll out each and every center and line. Depth.
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do the show with smarmy pants here
No, we're
for
gonna
another
have
5-6 months.
Jack. Is there a
Smarmy.
mute button? Can you have a
just
mute
don't know
button?
What was
how it's
wrong with
gonna
that? I
go.
didn't
We're
think
going to
anything was wrong with that.
allow him a certain amount of ignorancy, and then we're going to mute. We'll set a timer.
Did you say ignorancy?
That's right.
Okay.
It's new.
We'll
There's
allow
a
that.
certain level of ignorancy that's permitted
It's
here.
like idiocy and ignorance put together.
Throw it together. That's what it is.
Ignorancy.
Let's do the Pinder Report.
Full of ignorance.
Brimming with ignorancy.
and intelligency.
That's right. Brought to you by Village Honda, located in the Northwest Ottawa, online at villagehonda.com. New in-stock inventory on the ground. We got to go see Anthony. What's going on up at Village Honda, eh?
He was
he in the-
gallivanting this weekend.
I saw
got
he
to
was-
check in today.
Jeez, life's good.
Yeah, apparently.
Life's good, apparently. Start your automotive adventures at Village Honda. New vehicle pricing is MSRP. Yep.
You don't know what that means. Okay.
So good.
Here we go. Village Honda, Pinder Report, a Halloween edition and a game day edition. What are we looking at tonight? Note the unusual start time,
Halloween.
fellas. This snuck up on me. A 6:30 Flames Stars. 6:30.
You wouldn't have showed up till 7 if I didn't bring it.
I still might not.
Get there at 7, leave at 8.
3-0. That Stars power play looked good. Okay.
See, that's
Oh, the Flames power play. It could be anyone. Just a scenario. Markstrom could be phenomenal tonight. Rematch of that opening round series just a few springs ago. Retro. What a series it was.
They're not going to lose 6 in a row.
We'll see you in the Betway bets of the day later. Love, love, love it. Here's the Dallas group. If you're not familiar with this year's edition, a few little tweaks, nothing major. There's the usual suspects up top: Robertson, Hintz, Pavelski. Second line, Jamie Benn still playing.
Perfect example. Joe
No, was
Pavelski,
Walker
old
Johnson
bastard, can't keep up anymore. He's doing fine. See, our guys will be good.
That's right. They got Daddy, who has moved around a bunch lately. Ottawa, Vegas, Montreal.
Daddy.
Dadnoff.
Yeah.
And
That's
Wyatt Johnson, undrafted OHL scoring leader a few years ago, just slides in, give him 30 a year.
Good
Damn
player.
it, Dallas is good at this shit. Jim Nill, good GM. Mason Marchment, of course, Leafs, Florida, now to Dallas, free agent signing. Matt Duchene, they bring in. He's new. Seguin on the third line. He's battled injuries the last half decade.
Matt Duchene's played 6-7 games. Why can't they put a number on this jersey?
This is Frank. We got to bug Frank about this.
unsolved mystery
Come on,
here,
Frank.
Seravalli, you lazy prick.
He's working on his Wendy's picks
Matt Duchene,
and the fantasy contest.
17 games away from 1,000.
Wow.
Because that is, judging by your reaction,
Holy.
mine was similar. That's crazy to think.
And so it was Colorado, Nashville.
No,
Ottawa, Nashville.
Ottawa.
Wasn't Ottawa the three-way deal, or did he actually stop and play there?
He played there.
Thank you.
Remember,
Okay.
he was in the
Oh, it
cab.
didn't work, and then it was, oh, geez, was he in the cab?
Oh,
My
yeah.
goodness, get him out of there.
Yeah.
And now Dallas. Don't mind it.
17 away from 1,000 games. They have a number of guys, obviously. Jamie Benn's close to 1,100.
Yeah.
They'll have Duchene. They've got Pavelski, who's played 1,258. On the back end, they've got Suter, who's played over 1,000 games.
Yeah, Suter was bought out by Minnesota and then promptly signed, what, a 4-year deal with Dallas? Let's look at the blue line there, Jacko, as he is paired up with Miro Heiskanen on the top pair. Castaway in Minnesota, top pair in Dallas. Harley's had a decent start this year. Yanni Hakanpää. Yanni. We make fun of his name, and he always scores against the Flames.
Yeah.
Essa Lindell and Niels Lundqvist, your third pair. There's a lot of Euros in there.
And
Heiskanen,
we're kind of surmising that maybe it's a Scott Wedgwood start tonight.
No starters named for either side. They are playing a back-to-back in Alberta. They will play the Oilers tomorrow night. Do you want Ottinger to give you your best chance against the Oilers, or do you want Ottinger to give you your best chance against the lowly, at this point, Flames? I guess the Oilers are lowly too.
Ottinger was in net in their last game on Monday against Columbus, got the win there. If
Mhm.
Wedgwood goes, it'd be his third start.
Yeah.
Numbers are much better for Ottinger, but in a back-to-back on the road, you would think that they'd split it. So
They played some crazy games against Dallas last year. The latest in the season was They rallied back and they won those 2 back-to-back games on the road. They win in Dallas, travel, play Minnesota the next day, win that one in a shootout with a disallowed goal for Minnesota in overtime. It's like they're back to back to back, and then the Flames came home and lost to Anaheim. That was one of the crazy games because that was a wild one. I think Toffoli scored with like a second left.
Toffoli
or
scored.
crazy.
I was looking this morning. Yeah, it was with about 8 seconds left,
and that won the game. And then earlier in the year, it was the Scott Wedgwood special where the Flames won. They were up like 6-1 and had to hang on by the skin of their teeth, like 6-5 or something like that.
They also
That was
won
an
5-4.
Saturday afternoon game.
So that was Toffoli with like 8 seconds left.
Yeah.
They won that one 5-4. There was a 6-5 Stars win. Robertson got that one in overtime, and yeah, they had that
And then
big
the
lead.
one in January, I remember because we had a 3-on-3 pond hockey thing going
Vladar
on.
held on.
And we kept scrolling through like another goal, another goal. Because they had a huge lead. I want to say 5-6-1.
So what a game tonight.
Yeah, and so
That's
we'll
all
see.
these two teams do is play exciting hockey. Am I right?
High scoring affair,
Hey,
shooting the
Jack.
lights out. First team to 6 wins.
Hey. Jack's just so excited over there.
Yeah, he's buzzing.
Just
He's-
ready to
yeah,
go.
let's
Wrap
go
this
right now.
show up
Let's
because
go.
I gotta go.
You two fellows on Afterburner tonight. Rhett, 6:30 start. You're welcome.
Yeah, that'll be better. It's better than 7. I might still be awake as opposed to on Sunday when I was asleep on my couch talking to you folks.
You were very groggy.
Yeah, groggy doggy. You know what you need to do is get on that Frank program. We should see that Crown Royal down a third by tomorrow's show.
Maybe I
That'll
should
spice
have
up the post game.
It's
Maybe
a
I should
delicate.
have a
You gotta
plug or
really
two.
find that, because if you're too late, then
Yeah, no, it's true. You got to thread the needle on that for
you
sure.
really gotta find that sweet
Yeah.
spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
NHL news: Charlie McAvoy got the Rasmus Anderson treatment. That, of
Take
course,
that,
is
Chuck.
a
Charles.
4-game suspension.
That's right.
That's what the Rasmus Anderson. Look at the cash suspended. This is like Jack's monthly pay. He loses here $197.9
So the Players Assistance
$1,000.
program, is that where it goes, Red?
I believe it does. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a charitable thing that they do, not the assistance program. Interesting. Either way,
Disney.
he's suspended. Forfeits a bunch of salary. Bruins are going to be okay because, Char leaves, they're still good. Bergeron retires, they're still good. Krejci leaves, they're still good. They're just good.
Still good.
Still good. Yeah. Be a fun team to cheer for, wouldn't it? Boston. It's good all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you could
Certainly
handle
the
being
last
a
couple of years.
Bostonian, it would have been a good city since the turn of the century.
Sox have been winning.
Oh, God.
Celtics
had a run
Anything
there.
is possible.
Paul Pierce and KG.
A lot of hot.
This team plays with a lot of
A
heart.
lot of hat.
The Patriots clearly had a run.
Yeah, I think they won a couple there. for sure.
Last spring would have been tough. Bees lose a 3-1 series lead to Florida. That was the revenge game. That's why McAvoy was so fired up, Brett. Railroaded.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Did you remember how good
Ekman-Larsson
Oliver
played-
Ekman-Larsson
Yeah, he
was
was
in that
great in
series?
that
Running around. OEL just sewering guys.
slew footing.
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't there? Okay, got it. Tyler Toffoli, if you need him, fellas. Bit of a heater. Tough. Who let the Devils get Toffoli? Asks this Instagram user.
Who?
Who? Hughes, Toffoli, and I think Bratt for a while. They've rotated a few guys through. Nearly a goal per game. Pretty good. He
Hey, good
was a
for you,
star of the
Tyler.
week, and good for him.
We liked him here. He was good for the Flames.
They liked him in Vancouver. They liked him in Montreal. They liked him here. He was good in LA. I mean, we talked about why isn't there a better market for Tyler Toffoli, and maybe it was that draft class was so damn good, but I feel like, again, undervalued Tyler Toffoli.
Yeah.
It's not like the Flames didn't know they were good. It was just, hey, we got 7 UFAs.
So should you have said, I don't care if you want to play here, you're coming back?
He would have come back, wouldn't he?
He'd have
Oh,
come
he's not
back.
going to not show up and not get his year he needs to play to get to UFA. Like, you can't hold out in this league. No one's held out since like
Right, like,
Fashion.
that's-
He's coming back.
It's kind of rhetorical. You just say, well, no, you're coming back.
yeah.
Let's go.
And again, I mean, I still don't know what Sharon Govich is. There's tools.
But I
Do you
think we
think
were
he would
all
look-
underwhelmed. Sorry, right? We were all underwhelmed with the return.
We were
to
all
a
just like,
certain
who's the
extent.
Sharon Govich guy? Like, what
We
is
just
he?
thought-
if he's a 25 goal guy, you love the deal. If he's 12, you hate it.
We just thought it's going to be a first and.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
third and.
Well, it was Sharon Govich and I don't know. I mean, I don't think they've Sharon Govich is what they thought he's been to this point. They
Can't. There's no way you trade for that.
right. And speaking to some people, like they liked him a year ago. They've been curious about the guy. They sort of thought there was a roster pinch there. They might be able to get him cheap. Tyler Toffoli ain't cheap for him. Never mind the
Tyler
third
Foley
rounder.
wouldn't be the first star of the week if he was on the Flames either.
No. And then again, it just a team that had a tough time scoring last year. He felt like the only guy you could count on, and it's now missing that only guy.
I wonder with him, and again, it's like who knows? Would there be some value of having him around right now, just as a guy who's been in the league for a long time? Guys like him, he's respected.
There was value last year and the year before. Why wouldn't there be value now?
Well, who's on this team hasn't been around, and what do you mean?
What I'm saying is that they look like they could use some leadership from a guy like that.
And scoring.
They've got leadership. Quit
Do they?
questioning it.
Oh, I
Quit
see.
questioning it.
Well, and I, what are you doing here? What are you accomplishing? I think you probably get more from at the deadline than you did back in June. I think
That's all I was
that.
kind of saying
Yeah,
is
that's more.
it's not about are the Flames going to be 6 wins better or whatever at this point. It's just the trade wasn't a slam dunk.
And maybe the Suniev kid plays and is a third rounder. That'd be a hell of a hit. We'll see. It's very early. You had 7 guys. At this point, looks tough to win the deal, though. Let's keep moving. Ryan Reeves scaring people. Reeves feels like prankster, Rhett. At what point are you sick of it, or are you just loving it? Because this is
I
like
don't know. I can't
pound for pound, one of the toughest guys in the league. Let's take a look.
Let's go, baby.
Who pooped himself there? Is that Mitch Marner?
No, Marner was unfazed. That's Tavares.
Morgan Riley's?
That was the one I wanted right there. That was the one. What's the greater Halloween? What's the greater Halloween?
Yeah, he's still being Ryan Reeves. That might not be the worst thing in that market where everything can be so tight and
They're having
tense.
fun.
Huh.
Having fun.
They have fun losing to the Kings last
Didn't they
night.
get booed though?
They got booed yesterday. Yeah.
My over didn't pay.
Yeah.
Did hit the other bet though.
Yeah, they got booed.
Major League
Booed?
Baseball, the World
Leafs are getting
Series.
booed? Are they bad?
No,
Not
but they
no,
just haven't been very
okay.
good. Major League Baseball tonight, Dino. It could be a World Series presented to the Texas Rangers if they win, or we are heading back to Texas.
That is your team.
3-1 series lead. Rhett's Rangers, who again he recalls them playing the Astros in the CS.
Yeah.
And now this. It's been a long road. 10 road victories in a row. They love the road, Red.
They beat up on Tampa Bay,
And
Baltimore.
yeah, he's in.
There you go.
Someone did some homework. I love it.
And what's crazy is, and you brought up the other day, at the end of the season, it was they had shit themselves.
Yeah.
They had the division lead, they lost it, then they were going to have to play these playing out. They screwed themselves.
People hate it, but this tournament is a fluke fest.
Well, it's not a fluke fest. They were leading the division until the last day or two of the season.
When you
They're
have
a good team,
2 sub-90 win teams in the World Series and all the 100-win teams got KO'd or swept.
well, I suppose, yeah. I mean,
That's more my point. Not that there aren't skilled teams, but it could have been any team that got in the playoffs could have gone on this run.
their offense was good all year.
Yes, and their bullpen was shit all year. And their starting pitching was decent. I mean,
I just felt like Philadelphia was going to be a team of destiny.
any team you thought made sense to win is gone. Not a lot of people picking the Rangers before.
Not a lot of people like 7-0 on the road. What the H?
10-0. Just said it. That's a MLB record. Playoff road warriors. Haven't lost a single game.
Red said that, yeah.
That's right. Red said it too.
I picked them.
Back from the days when what's his name was playing.
Nolan Ryan.
What's his-
You know what it was? It was when that second baseman knocked the piss out of
Rougned
both
Odor.
Jose.
Yeah. Nobody left from that team. New stadium, even.
Yeah.
NFL, we had some news of firing our first coach casualty, Rhett.
Get him out of
Unfortunately,
here.
It's not your old coordinator in Buffalo. It's Josh McDaniels, who I think's got like 4 years left of salary. You factor in his money and John Gruden's, they're spending like 40 to 60 million on guys to not work there. That's some impressive
That's
work.
great. So good. God.
Get some of that paid
Jeez.
leave, Jack. Just aim higher in life.
Taxes,
Get some
too.
paid leave.
Good
That's the thing
taxes.
about being an NFL coach. You get so much money and either it works or it doesn't, and it's debatable which is better.
Well, they're coaches. They want to work. So you know what's better.
You
in their
work
mind.
so
crazy.
hard,
They
and then if
work
you're
so
winning, it's
hard.
like, hey, life's great because everyone respects you. And then if you get fired, getting all the money and not having to do it.
Who was the guy the Jags hired and then fired?
Oh, the college guy.
Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer. Yeah, because he was
He was checking. He was doing
D-bag.
the lube oil and filter out at that country bar, giving
was-
a free oil change at the bar.
he was looking through all the players' phones. Give me your phone.
What's her name?
Or wait, is that a different
Is
guy?
she like two-stepping?
Yeah, he was at the steakhouse.
That was
I'll have the steak medium rare with a side of crotch. How do you like your crotch?
she's like,
Bald.
well. Okay. We'll move along.
Sorry to hear about that, McDaniels.
Well, and it's, you know what? It's just the first thing that's gone wrong for the Raiders, who in the past 20 years have been outscored by 1,900
That's
points.
deep. That is
Remember-
deep.
The next closest is like 1,500 points. They are 400 points worse than the second worst football team over the last 20 years. Al Davis, what are you doing? Or it's Al's son, I guess.
It's
now.
outside. That's
It's
the
Mark
other thing
Davis. Thank you.
that people will not remember a time when the Raiders were respected and kind of a good football team. People liked playing for the Raiders. They are a joke.
They are a laughingstock. They got a new
They're-
building. They got the
They're
hell out
in
of that dump
Vegas
Oakland.
playing in a $2 billion stadium. They're doing okay.
Oh, they're doing okay. But
Yeah, it's the winning games thing they're not good at. Making money, I'm sure they're fine at. Yeah.
Devontae Adams comes in, going to play with Derek Carr, his buddy. Then they tell Derek Carr to beat it. Like literally, don't come to the stadium. You're done. But there's 2 games left. Oh, we know. Just fucking take off. All right.
We'll move on. More Halloween. This is a tall
Great.
man, the tallest in the NBA, I'd suggest, or one of them, Victor Wembanyama, the first overall pick from France. This is not the guy you want knocking on your door in Buffalo.
Slender
right?
Man.
Who is that, Red?
Slender Man. It's a horror story.
Yeah,
You never watched the
look at that. Look
documentary?
at him. Look how tall he is.
That's not a real human.
That is him.
That's AI. That's
That's not AI, Dean. He's 7'4".
look at his friggin' feet.
Have you seen him playing too? Like that's like a 6'8" dude. He walked by, made him just look like shortest kid in class. Good Lord.
Slender Man.
He's posterizing people. This guy too, playing pretty decently. Didn't you hit him on some sort of a prop last night, Jack? Jack's on a heater.
Yeah,
Love
over
that one.
15 points. And Pop was benching his ass until like the last minute 30.
This
Oh,
has
yeah,
been your
14.
NBA update.
We'll call Pop and
Pop.
tell him not to.
Hey, Pop.
Hey, Pops, I
doesn't
really
know what
need
he's
to hit the
doing.
over here. Can you get this guy back on the floor?
Hop on Pop.
You like spiders, right, Dean?
It's so much. Yeah.
Close your eyes.
Yeah.
This is not ideal. Now, this is in Malaysia, I believe. Jack, is that correct? Yeah, the Malaysian earth tiger tarantula is one of the world's largest spiders. This is a female specimen spotted with its young.
Come on,
So
kids.
you can see all the spiders. Let's see if we can zoom in, Jack. I
What
know
are we
that's
looking
putting you
at
on the
there?
spot here. This is a tree trunk.
Covered in
And there's,
spiders.
yeah, but there's one that looks like a branch, and that's, oh dear, that's actually the mama, like as big and wide as the branch. That's
Okay. So Malaysia. Not going.
another place you're not
Off.
going.
Nope.
Off the list. Jeez.
Not gonna do it.
No, pass. Halloween in Australia.
Still Halloween. Yeah.
Australia still not a fan. This is an American thing. This is Aussie Brad's house. This is Australia, not America. Fuck off with your Halloween shit, you little cunts.
So someone puts that on their door.
Yeah. I mean, that's a picture. You can read it for us again if you'd like.
No, heard it once.
Okay. Aussie Brad reads it. It feels a little less offensive.
does,
doesn't
yeah.
it? Something about that accent.
You had to do it.
Here's the calendar in North America, not in Australia. People are very busy on Halloween. You got to block things off. Do the mash, the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. Keep bleeping mashing. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
Speaking of people mashing,
Boo.
this is Jack's buddy at a party last night. I'm sure this is what this has got to be. Look around the party. It's all of the Jack's beautiful 20-year-old pals.
Mm-hmm.
We're just waiting. Just a huge gnome. That's horrifying. You dig that, Retro?
That. I really do.
It's disturbing. Huge eyes and just gnoming, standing still, not
Well,
moving.
That's just the regular skeleton thing. I was thinking that was the X-rated version.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I remember that dinosaur costume you had a few years ago, though.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, Halloweeny. This is the young fella's last night. A lot of the Empire out there last night. A lot of stormtroopers. There's Darth Vader on the left. It was a banger. Fellas had a great time.
Enjoy it while you can, because soon you'll be sitting at home by yourself,
Yeah.
slugging whiskey.
Very uplifting. Dealing with you fellas every day.
Yeah, you're right. You're the ray of sunshine
That's right.
of the team.
Here's one that wasn't going to work ever. This is obviously in the Toronto area, as we have a Leafs fan and his date. Nope.
So the girl is dressed up as the Stanley Cup for those that aren't
And
watching.
he's got a Tavares jersey.
He's got a
on,
Leafs jersey on in
I
the
think. Or maybe it's a Kessel. Is that an 81?
line is.
That's
he'll never
pretty
fall.
creative, actually. It's
See?
not
That's
great,
good.
but that's a. You know what? I appreciate their effort there. That's trying.
Our boy Deeper was at it. He's an artiste.
Is
he told
he?
you had great hands on the shinny
That was
rink,
good.
but he can carve a pumpkin too. Look at that. Blasty on the left. Holy.
Really?
That's him. Deeper.
Him?
Deeper.
Where's that? His.
Either that or it's
That's
AI and
check.
he's plagiarizing the internet. Whatever that means.
What's the one on the right?
That is a huge knife, like a cleaver, and a scary dude's half face.
Ryan, why didn't you crop this picture?
Crop your memes always, folks. Always crop your memes.
Well done, Jack.
Thank you. I thought I did. It's weird how that shows up that
That
way.
doesn't seem like you did, but
It sure doesn't right now, does it?
nope.
Keep moving. Here's Jonathan Huberdeau. Seen it before. Not the first. Won't be the last either. Travis Kelce and T. Swift. Didn't know she was dating him too.
He's got the full. He's got the real pants and socks and lid. He's got some shoulder pads on.
Boy, you'd have to make a lot of money to get the full official outfit.
Got the bands on.
Never mind.
He committed to it.
He's committed. It's a good look. And finally, got this
So we're-
sent from a Flames fan as their
Oh,
costume this year.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Really great
Come
ending.
on, guys.
Not helping.
Pinder Report for Village Honda. Welcome back, Anthony.
We got Zari tonight. Let's go.
Village
People.
Honda, a huge selection of used vehicles, all makes, all models, all budgets, with over 70 units on site. Access to more than 400 more in the dealership group. Make Village Honda your one-stop automotive destination in Calgary. They are definitely worth the trip. Village Honda, located in the Northwest Auto Mall.
Oh,
Dean, I want you to do something.
Yeah, bud.
We've got a bunch of negative Nellies here.
Mhm.
You need to call Brent Cron. Make us laugh. Call the Croner. Get some positivity. Have a good guffaw. He'll
that
laugh.
laugh
with you,
alone. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You don't even have to say anything. Dunno.
it's a bit of a thing.
Thing?
It's a bit of a thing.
What's the problem? Get him on. Jack, can you get us bread cron?
It's a bit of a thing.
Your hat's crooked.
Your nose is crooked.
I know.
Does anyone take responsibility for that? Is there one dude that you're like, yeah, that was the guy that bent it more than any other?
No, I think it was a gradual, continual kind of thing.
Just an
Yeah.
accumulation? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cumulative thing. Okay.
I got something that'll make you feel better, though.
Let's do it.
Pinder, you know how he loves Halloween.
Keep saying it's Halloween, so yeah, I do.
You know, Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. He had the picture of his kids there, and he showed all this Halloween stuff. I have some footage here from Halloween of Ryan Pinder, and it'll be, we'll get to it here in a second. Outdoor Dental, Dr. J. Patel, outdoor.dental is the website. Dentistry with no needles, no drills, no stress. It's the Solea laser. This laser treatment is revolutionary for the dentistry field. Dental phobia, you just hate the dentist. This is the way to go. It's relaxing, you're comfortable, it's pain-free. And they use use it for snoring. This laser, the Solea laser, goes onto the soft palate, reduces snoring, non-surgical, little topical thing on there, pain-free, 2 15-minute treatments, reduce or eliminate your snoring altogether.
Tomorrow. Round 2.
Is that right?
Nice.
Because you went for your first.
Yep.
I look forward to getting the review, the assessment.
You can talk to, what? She'll give you the full breakdown.
She
Yeah.
won't talk to us.
Oh, she will. Yeah. She's sick of me too. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah. So anyway, and again, it's you I guess you need one more treatment, so it's not completely finished.
That's right. You do 2.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to tighten that soft palate.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure who this was when I got sent the video, but I see there's the man bun on the top. So who
That's
else
gotta
could it
be
be?
me. Yeah.
This is from Pinder last night.
Oh, I was tired. I don't know,
See,
my neck is so sore today.
It's a good thing you
Jeez.
have one more treatment because
I know.
Yeah. And you do, that's your shirt. Your hair's kind of dipping in the
I was wondering why the pillow was wet this morning. That's gross, man. We got to do the sheets now.
So tired.
Need that second treatment.
So tired. Outdoor dental. If you do suffer from snoring, if it's apnea, if it's just whatever, you will sleep better. You will sleep more. You will be more rested. You will be more productive. You will be happier. Your people around you will be happier. This is a win-win for everybody. And like we say, it's 2 15-minute treatments. Get in there and get it done. Talk to Dr. J. Talk to the people at Outdoor Dental. This could be exactly what you're looking for. Outdoor.dental is the website.
Can't wait to see Dr. J again.
Dr. J.
Very nice fellow.
Dr. J.
And again, confusing. Wants to be associated with us.
Yeah, it is weird. I see you restocked your fridge.
Well,
Or did somebody restock your fridge?
no, I did. It's we got the fellows from Origin are going to swing by today, and I didn't want to show them the empty
Right.
fridge that we started building on Sunday.
See, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe it would be the other kind of the opposite. It's like, oh, geez, did we? Are we
Wow,
down?
They're
a few
really
beers?
popular. You know, they're so tasty that we
These Origin
we can't keep them in the fridge.
beers
Flying
are
off the
so
shelf.
tasty. I wonder how we'd ever get some more of these.
Did you notice that stack of flats is down to a
I did not see
pile of
but,
cardboard now?
Yeah, not totally stunned. We've partnered up with the good folks at Origin Malting and Brewing, the Origin Brewing Company. They're a 5th-generation family farm out by Strathmore. They've been growing the highest quality barley in the world. Now, there's something about that little pocket of land out there.
It is.
They have breweries from across North America that reach out, that have them send their malt, their barley, to their breweries. Origin Malting is at the top of the class here, blending tradition and innovation for a truly unique experience. Alberta farmers growing beer, making beer. They've got the homegrown lager, Mexican lager, the IPA, the Pioneer IPA, the Lazy Days Hazy IPA, Rockyford Raspberry. They've got their tap room in Strathmore, 60 Spruce Park Drive, online, originbrewing.ca. And as Pinder can tell you, yes, the product there it is.
See?
Yeah, as
Come on
Pinder will
now.
tell you. So we're pumped to be hooked up with these guys.
Happy there.
I'm not happy at all. There's a lot of things I've achieved in my life. This is definitely not the thing I'm most proud of. Well, maybe it is,
It's up
actually.
there. It is up there.
Yeah, I called an athletic event on CBC once, and I worked a game with the Saddle Dome. And no, we have a beer partner. I'm most proud of that.
We have a beer partner. That's right. And this is I could be talking out of school. We went out there obviously that day. We were out at the farm. 17,000 acres or something
It's huge,
crazy,
yeah.
massive farmers. And we were driving back in. He's like, those are the guys.
Yeah.
That's
No,
who
I
we
know.
partner with
Yeah.
right there. We just on all levels. They're like we want with a lot of our partners. It's about who are you? What are you doing? What's important to you? What are you
Are you good at what you do?
Let's go.
We're-
Their heart's in the right place, and their beer is awesome. And they're one of only, I believe, 2 in the country that do that from start to finish. They grow it, they malt it, they brew it, they sell it.
Completely vertically integrated. That would
Pinder
be
drinks
the
it.
term.
Pinder drinks it.
It starts growing in the ground and it ends up in my stomach. And then sometimes I end up around the toilet like that last video didn't show. But
That's right.
yeah.
So you got a lot of choices. We know that out there. You go to the store and there's all kinds in there. We'd appreciate it if you try some Origin. If you've never tried it, give it a shot. And I bet you if you've tried it, you're going to be going back
Walshy.
for more.
Our buddy Devin from Amped Retro, he sent me a picture yesterday with the Pioneer in his hand. Said, "This is some good beer." So the fellows are trying it. It's getting around. We saw Walshy Boy the other night watching a game on TV
Yeah.
with an Origin and the post-game show all queued
I'm
up,
trying
ready to
remember
go.
Which one he
Fellas,
had anyway?
I think he had a Mexican, didn't
I
he?
think he had a Mexican.
Mexicans
There, yeah. The
very
Mexican is
popular.
it's real good.
I told you it's at the local minor hockey rink. Their kegs are flying through there.
There's
Love it.
Burndy's back. That warehouse looks legit. Yeah, this is not a flunky operation. it's a massive brewing company in the States. What, California, right?
Yeah.
They send
No, Pacific Northwest too. Yeah. Like all their malt from there.
Yeah. And even a lot of the a lot of the breweries, a lot of the beers that you're drinking here
using
in
their malt.
Calgary are using their malt.
Yeah, I believe, what is it, around 60 breweries in Alberta use their malt.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal stuff. So you have the best inputs available in terms of the barley, the malt. Of course, the beer is going to be good. You start with crappy products. I don't care how you brew it. It's not going to be good. You start with the great inputs. You got a great chance at a great beer, and they've nailed it.
And if you go into your liquor store and they don't have Origin,
Ask them what the hell they're doing.
take one of the, hit the guy with it. Say, smarten up. Get some Origin in here.
Don't hit anyone.
Don't
Just
hit
ask
anyone.
politely.
Yeah, that might work well too. You'll know your liquor store guy better than we do.
Guess so. Whatever. You
Some
wanna
of them
do.
respond differently to
Whatever
different
you
sort of,
wanna
yeah.
We'll do some Betway.
Oh, baby.
Got a couple of bets. You kind of gave yours. You kind of gave us a little peek, I think, earlier, didn't you? On your. On your bets
Well,
for
Rhett
tonight?
said he liked, what was it, the Flames tonight?
Can't lose 6 in a row.
That's right. He said they can't lose 6. So I was just looking. Calgary is plus 115. So Rhett's Betway bet of the day is Calgary plus 115 to beat Dallas. That's the money line.
They sent a message. Zari's there.
right.
Absolutely, the guys are going to respond.
Well, wait till we find out who's in the rafters tonight. I mean, talk about message sending.
Don't matter. They're already good. Let's go.
Now, Dylan Dubé didn't skate yesterday, so the
Maintenance. Who else didn't skate? There was a D-man that didn't skate too. wasn't there?
Zadorov,
Zaddy.
your buddy, the
Maintenance.
big cat.
Indoor cat. So I'll say he goes tonight.
Lap cat.
He
Yeah.
is-
Hates the elements.
Yeah.
Ooh, jeez, which is weird because it was Russian.
Yeah, there's some
You'd
more
think he'd
places
be-
in Russia. Maybe he's from Sochi.
Have
Right by
adapted
the
to it
water
more,
there.
yeah, I don't
Very
know.
temperate. Remember when Brizgalov was in Edmonton talking about cold it was? And he's like, Ilya, you're from Russia. He's like, where I'm from? Maybe -2, -3 right now? -30. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Why
I
you so
live
mad?
here. Why you have to be mad? It's just a hockey.
It's just the game.
It's just a hockey. I'm going with Dallas minus 1.5. Sorry.
Oh,
It's a
Minus
good number.
1.5.
That's an empty netter. No big deal. I'm all for moral victories. If they want to outplay Dallas and somehow they it's a 1-goal game and they get an empty netter, I'll take the plus 175. And Wyatt Johnson feels like a guy that's going to score on the Flames.
Well, I'm surprised you're getting 225 for an A-time goal. Because for Wyatt Johnson,
An anytime goal would make sense, but an A-time.
the A-time goal to pay
Yeah.
225.
It's actually in Dallas, they pronounce it A-time.
A-time. A-time.
A-time. The I-time goal for Johnston plus 225.
Hey.
A-time.
A-time.
A-time goal.
When you want to go, A-time.
A-time.
Hey.
Hey.
Dicks.
Thank you, Jack.
There's my best of the day. Rasmus Anderson back into the lineup.
I like this.
Give me a point, Rasmus.
And he will.
Give me a point, plus 100. Dallas over 3.5 goals.
That's not a good formula for a Flames win, Rat.
They've had
not.
4 or more in 3 of their last 4 games.
And the Flames have scored more than 2 twice all year, and not.
It has nothing to do with how many Calgary scores.
No,
They
it
may
doesn't.
score 6 or 7, but I'm saying
Right.
Dallas to get over 3.5
There's
goals
a
pace.
breakout coming. You better be careful. The dam's going to burst eventually.
Now, we're kind of mocking Red a little bit here with this, but he also did call the they're going to get pumped players only meeting lost
Yeah.
to St. Louis,
Yeah.
who, by the way, aren't world beaters.
Well, and you know when that dam could break? A-time.
A-time.
It could
It's
break
true.
A-time.
A-time now.
A-time.
A-time now. We're ready.
You don't want to miss it when it happens because it could happen A-time.
A-time.
See, we have fun with Jack.
Like
Because
Jack.
he's a great guy. He never gets too twisted or bent out of shape, but he has the spelling of a 3-year-old.
The spelling's hilarious. It's good.
Jack's spelling and Boom's math. We're back. to
Oh,
school.
combine,
Yeah.
put the 2 of us
We need a
together.
Put
tutor.
the 2 together, you're not getting through grade 4. I
Short
apologize
bus.
about that.
Yeah, just we should be wearing
Who said
helmets.
school was important?
That's right. Just
Yeah.
get AI to do all this,
That's
guys.
right.
Come on.
Yeah, that's right.
By the way, Jack's birthday tomorrow. I'm
Oh.
taking him to lunch. Who's coming with? Dean coming?
Glory,
I can't
glory.
tomorrow.
Hallelujah.
Rhett?
I would
You-
love
you do?
to. I'll zoom in.
Good. Perfect.
Where are you guys going? What are you doing?
Why don't we
Dealer's
do the
choice.
show from lunch? Have lunch, do the show while you're at lunch.
Yeah, I'm in. Dean can't do it, though.
Why?
I don't know. He said he can't do it.
What a
I got a couple busy days here.
He does.
I got this show, then I got a lunch, then I got the game, and I got to do Afterburner. Then
vet.
tomorrow I got the vet,
It's got a-
and then
Boxing.
Say hi to the
gotta
vet
t-
for me. I know the vet. The vet's lovely.
I got to take both kids to the dentiste tomorrow.
They can get
God
themselves in
almighty.
these buses.
Yeah.
God almighty.
Yeah, the vet is good. The vet is great.
What's the story with the vet?
Good.
Some hot chick. What's the story? You guys are drooling all over the vet.
Well, it's
It's a cousin of a friend of a.
yeah, because see, Rhett had a dog,
I know this story. Jack, are you familiar
and
with this
he
story?
would take that dog to the vet.
Right.
Now I take the same dog to the same vet.
So you swing by Rhett's place on the way?
No, it's just straight A to B,
How do you get Rhett's dog?
straight line.
I said put the dog down, and he sold it all.
Jesus Christ.
Rhett, why do
you hate dogs?
And
Nobody
he's,
hates
and you know what?
dogs.
He is such a good boy.
Yeah.
Should have kept that dog. That was a good dog.
He doesn't bark. He doesn't make a sound. All he ever wants to do is lay in front of the fireplace.
I'm just saying.
And you know what? In the morning and then at night, he'll just go and kind of stand because we've got him trained. When he's hungry, he just kind of goes and stands by the door.
Doesn't even bark.
He goes to the mat. To the mat is where he goes when he wants to eat. So he'll just kind of walk over and
I'm ready. What a good boy. You've trained him nicely.
pour the
See what
food into the
happens
bowl,
when I-
set it down.
with
You
my
look at
tra-
him.
See what happens with my training?
No, I think the thing is that Rhett's kids didn't like the dog. Isn't that right? So because
Hated
Rhett
the dog.
begrudgingly had
Highly
to,
allergic, hyperallergenic.
so they don't miss the dog at all. Is that the reports you're getting, Dean?
Mhm.
I don't even like to talk about it because it's terrible. Kids love that dog. But now my kids love that dog. So
Yeah. Want to break your kids' hearts? I don't mind.
that's right. You
breaking
couldn't do
my
it.
own.
Couldn't do it.
That was apparent. Yeah.
I mean, other kids I care about. I don't want them to be upset. My kids,
Screw those jerks. Yeah.
yeah.
Toughen up. Do you think I've scarred them?
With what? Certainly in some sense.
My parenting?
I won't say, listen, it may not be scarred, but I have a feeling you giving the dog away is something you're going to hear for the rest of your life.
Like,
Oh
when
yeah,
we're drunk-
remember
when
when
we're
they're
drunk at-
old, you know, they
Yeah.
have kids of their own and stuff, and you'll be getting together at Christmas, and they'll be, well, it's not like when Dad gave the dog away. I feel like that's what it's going to be.
We're gathered here today to remember my father, Rhett Warner. He was
Hates
an
dogs.
athlete. He was a fun guy. He was a good dad, but I'll never forgive him for giving our favorite dog away.
Only. They got fish. They're fine.
Yeah, that's the same.
But see, when the thing is, when you finally buy a home or find a city where you're going to live in, then you can get another dog.
I need a
and give it away to
ranch.
someone else.
I want a dog. I want a ranch.
Right.
Then I'll get a dog. If I have a farm or kind of like acreage type scenario,
Mhm.
I could handle a dog.
Ranch dog.
Do you feel like you're close to that happening? This
No,
ranch?
no, I don't.
No.
Feel close.
What about the old Hoover dairy farm?
Hoover did-
You
yeah,
get
milk.
a dog out there.
I went and got milk yesterday. Got the strawberry, the chocolate,
Strawberry
the-
milk flavor. This is not ice cream. What are you
Coffee.
doing in the States?
so good.
Strawberry milk.
Oh,
Come on,
Mm.
dude.
you'd love it, Dean.
Do you look around and wonder why people are a touch heavier there, or is it clear?
It has nothing to do with lifestyle or eating habits
Okay,
or
I'll take that
health. It's genetics. It's all
Yeah,
genetics.
probably bad gene pool.
I mean, Jack's American. He's fat as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him.
No, not
Blub,
really.
blub, blub. You got that book, Pinder? The pout pout? Oh, it's not blub. Yeah, it is. The pout pout fish.
No.
Oh, you got to get it
Am I
for the
missing out?
kids. Great book for the kids. The
Yeah,
pout
page
pout.
turner?
Oh,
Pout
they
pout
love
fish.
it. Almost past it. All right.
Was it a real page, like a thriller, like Tom Clancy? What are we talking about here?
Oh, yeah. A lot of action.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now you
Thousand-
said you've got a good what's on the menu?
Hey, we got some for everyone here. There's
Can you please come up with something good? Because the shoveler today told me she's sick of my food and she needs a fresh start. Now, maybe it wasn't my
sick of your
food.
food?
Your food.
Maybe the fresh start referred to something else.
No,
but
I'm
she-
sick
she
of you,
needs a
dude.
She needs a fresh.
You're rude.
Why don't you just go over to Rob Ray's? She wants something fresh.
DoorDash, restaurants, grocery,
Not fresh.
pharmacies, bakeries, flower shops, and more. Ordering is easy. You go to the app, you choose what you want. It's delivered to your door. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter promo code NATION25. That's NATION25. That's a heck of a deal, my friends. What's on the menu for DoorDash?
I got some for each of you. So for Rhett, I got you. It's 8:03 Eastern time, 6:03 Mountain. Texas Rangers, Arizona Diamondbacks. World Series could be given away. It's a crappy trophy, but it's going to be your boys, your team, the Rangers, who you supported so thoroughly through this entire nearly 200-game march. Also, DoorDash, we're getting you nachos. We're not messing around here. It's a big night. We're going right. See? Nachos. Boom.
I had nachos last night with chorizo.
Oh, that's a nice angle.
On top of the cheese or under the cheese?
Shut your mouth.
Dean, I've got you the Dallas Stars at Calgary Flames. 6:30 start. Don't sleep on that. You're doing Afterburner.
Yeah.
Dallas slight favorites. And for you, we're going pot pie. Chicken pot pie.
Oh, that sounds good.
Any problem with
I'll let you finish and then we can
that? Okay.
discuss.
Jack, Milwaukee Bucks in Toronto. They're favored to beat the Raptors. Reds sewered their season by not being part of the North. They're chanting, "We want Dick in Toronto." Grady Dick, the first rounder. Shoot the ball, son. Let's go. The offense stalled out a bit last night or 2 nights ago against Portland. And Jack, we're getting you a hero sandwich. That's 5 o'clock start.
Get him a bratwurst.
It's hero sandwich tonight.
All right.
I'm doing the order.
Beautiful.
Now, did I swing and miss? Because Red had nachos last
I'm
night.
happy.
Is it
No,
back-to-back?
I'm good
Okay,
with nachos.
back-to-back.
One of my favorite food groups.
Chicken pot pie. What's the problem?
And I'm not going to judge, but does nachos seem like a delivery DoorDash
Sure,
type
you
of a
can.
deal?
You can DoorDash anything you want.
I know you can.
I would do something real unique, like a Korean nacho-y kind of thing. Bibimbap. Bibimbap nachos.
Boppity boopa?
Bibimbap. Still got to try that. I'm telling you, you're going to like it.
Okay. Chicken pot pie.
Could I sway you to a shepherd pie?
Where are we getting this from?
Oh, I mean, you go on the DoorDash app. There's all kinds of places.
I'm sure, but
I would think you got a
Irish
nice
pub?
old English Irish pub in the neighborhood. That's where you go. It's that kind of weather. You're in November now. Don't get soft on me. You need something hearty, warm.
You know who should make chicken pot? Well, whatever. We'll talk about it another time.
That's cool. Well, we can't tell.
Well, isn't there?
What's your problem?
Isn't there a new chicken joint by you?
Yes,
They
there
threw a
is.
chicken pie in there. Come on.
I would just, you know what? That would just be just chicken fingers, wings, chicken. That might be tonight.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll pivot you to a chicken sandwich. That's fun.
DoorDash. How many 25% offs can I get?
Jack, you okay with the hero sandwich for the hoops? The hoopster?
Yeah, I'm good.
The what's
You
he?
still sound terrible. Are you feeling okay?
Oh, you know what? He's gross.
He's a hooper and a dimer.
He's a hooper and a dimer.
Well, it's
Do I
okay,
still
but
sound
I'm
like shit?
concerned with his health.
It's getting over it, fellas. Give him some
I'm
runway
not.
here.
That's what I asked. You doing okay, buddy? I'm the
Yeah,
only one
I'm
that cares
feeling
about
good.
him.
I still got the runny nose a bit. I don't know what's going on, but
Dean does not like this.
You need to get
You
yourself.
hypochondriac?
He's
You
gross.
got to
Are you a
get
hypochondriac?
get the nebulizer.
I'm not.
buddy.
I'm not a hypochondriac. I just
Get the nebulizer.
get that
And then-
earwax thing that Noodles bought.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
That one
The,
seems gross. We might have to, when we have him on next, we should actually get some video of that.
I went looking for it,
Mm.
but I couldn't tell exactly because there's some. Was it just the camera, and then you put in a hook afterwards, or is it the camera and the? I didn't. We need more details.
I feel like
guess.
it's something out of like Inspector Gadget, where it's just like an extending arm that grabs something, but it also has a light. Like this is quite something.
because they do have these monofilament kind of fibrous cameras that
You have Googled this.
well, because I wanted to bring the video for the show. It does not seem like something you should be doing at home. Taking this
No.
long apparatus and firing it into your ear hole.
Your dog runs by and bumps you.
Yeah, like they tell you not to even use Q-tips.
I
Now you're
know,
taking
yeah.
some friggin' fiber optic cord and sticking it into your head.
It does feel like a please consult your physician
It
before
really
doing anything
does.
this infomercial talked
Yeah.
about.
But there's some of those videos. It'll even just be the water gun thing, and then they got the tray that sits right there. And you watch some of the shit that comes out of people's ears.
AI.
What are we doing, people? Like straw and hay bales and shit coming out of their ears? What are we doing out here?
A paperclip, huh?
Goodness gracious.
Thumbtack, weird.
Yeah, like, well, come on now.
It's a junk drawer in there.
Oh, and I got stuck on this thing the other day, and you know these dumb algorithms.
No.
Let me finish this. So, Nation 25 promo code for a limited time. You get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more. Download the DoorDash app and enter Nation 25 Nation 25. DoorDash, dash that for the win.
Hoops, World Series hockey. Nice spread on the menu tonight.
It's these people that got ringworm
Oh,
or maggots growing under their skin and stuff. And the doctor's like,
I can't do this.
taking these friggin' things out. And then you watch one, and then another one shows up, and then another one shows up, and then another
I would
one.
think once you've seen one, you've probably seen enough.
You'd be surprised, dude. Like some of them are like
You're
like
sick,
thick,
twisted.
and then other ones like they're pulling and pulling and pulling. And it's like, is that thing alive? And then sure enough, starts doing some of this stuff.
Wiggling and a squiggling.
My goodness, how do you get that?
Didn't know that was there, huh?
It's like from swimming.
I don't know.
I saw another shark attack on a paddle boarder the other day. I can't go in the water again.
You shouldn't.
Came up, honk. Delicious.
Just stay in the pool.
I do like the
Salt
pool.
water in your eyes burns no good.
You go to the, you're right. How often do you even go in the ocean when you go on these hot
You
holidays?
go in for a minute, and then once you're over the wave,
Yeah.
the kid stage, like waves. Oh, I gotta get smashed by waves. So fun. Once you're over that, you don't want to go in the ocean.
Oh man, it's windy, whatever. How about a nice, calm,
Controlled.
nice chair by the pool? Have a
Yeah.
little dip.
I'll look out over the ocean.
Damn right, buddy. I'm down with that. I am very down.
Well, it's been a slice, and since we're doing this again tonight,
But here, I mean, the thing is, Noodles is
what the hell's he gonna tell us?
he's landed. He's on his way. He thinks he can get into his room shortly here.
What am I?
It's Noodles. It's our buddy Noodles.
We're done.
I say we're done, but this guy's.
I'm done
dragging
talking
his
about that.
feet.
It popped in my head.
You need to do a podcast on parasites, and then you can
No, I
get
don't
this
need
out of
to
your
do
system,
that.
and we
I
don't need to hear it.
No. It is amazing though what the internet will think that you want to watch.
Because you keep watching it. That's how the algorithm works. If you don't watch it, it won't give you more.
But it's not like you watch one and then it starts spitting. I got onto this.
Why are you watching it all? Don't you have shit to do?
Yeah, I got shit to do, but I'm up in the middle of the night.
He's
I
supposed to
can't
be
sleep.
sleeping,
Well,
instead
and
he's
that's
watching
exactly the
Parasite.
formula, right, Pinder? I
It's
think
these
that
guys-
most sleep doctors tell you if you can't sleep, make sure when you wake up you get on your screen. That is imperative.
Doom scroll your social media. That'll get you
Yes.
right back into the pocket
Right
of sleep.
back.
Yeah.
It's
That's how you
Never
get your
fails.
REM sleep. Get you in the pocket. Just
Yeah.
Well,
refresh Twitter.
This one that I got on,
I
it
thought
would
you were
interest.
doing the Andrew Huberman.
I do like Huberman Lab, yeah.
Do you ever listen to the crime podcast? That puts people to sleep like babies. True crimes. You got to try that.
I do like the true crime stuff.
I've never heard it, but people swear by it. Like, oh yeah. Like,
but there's
I'll be
so
think-
many of those.
I'll be thinking about work or whatever, and then we put on this like some dude's killing people in a park in 1985,
It's so
and everyone's out
relaxing and
cold in 30
soothing.
seconds. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what
Christ.
kind of psychos need this to get to sleep?
But if you're going to be a rancher, this would be of interest to you. It's these guys. They're like the hoof doctors. They come out to your ranch.
This stupid stuff.
The veterinarian?
What?
That's all. They're shaving shit off of hoofs.
They're
No,
shaving shit
dumb.
off the hoof. You know, either the horses, they're putting the shoes on or taking the
Yeah.
shoes
You
off,
really
whatever,
are an
or they got
idiot.
infection in their hooves, and they'll just kind of be scraping it away, and then all of a sudden, bloop, out comes all the pus and the
Oh,
infection and all that
okay,
stuff.
Rip.
It's like
It's
poor-
fine, Rip.
that poor cow hobbling around in that thing. Be tough. Feel for that cow.
That's probably a thankless job. Hey, the ranch vet. Oh,
And I saw this thing
see some shit.
truly like yesterday, and I skipped past it so fast. It's like, no, I wasn't looking. It was how they process animals.
Oh, come on, Dean.
Like what they do with
How are you going to sleep after
what
that?
they
Have
do
you
with
ever castrated
chickens?
pigs, Dean?
I've never castrated a pig.
I have
God.
castrated pigs.
Let's
and
go.
it's really something.
Details.
Oh, I was a young boy. I was just
Uh-huh.
helping out. Hold the leg.
No.
Don't hold a leg. That's a bad spot.
Really?
Yes.
Front or back?
I had a back.
A back hawk?
Not a
Yeah.
good setup.
Yeah. And then I fell off the back of the truck.
Oh, jeez. So whose place? Who was
I don't
doing
know.
it?
I think it was a Palmer boy. Yeah, I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. That sounds about right, though.
Mhm.
Carson?
Carson Palmer.
One of the Palmer boys.
Palmer boys. Yeah.
Castrating pigs.
Wow. A buddy of mine back home, his mom they had like chickens on the farm, and she'd just lop the heads off right there by the back door.
Auntie Ellen's
Block of
fried
wood, like you
chicken.
were
So good.
splitting kindling. Not she's chopping heads off. And there'd be some random heads hanging around. Dog would be running around with the chicken head in his mouth. Good for you, probably, right? You go to the pet food stores, they got the chicken feet.
Oh, I'm sure
Pinder
great for
takes
dogs.
his-
Yeah.
Pinder's taking his boys to the houses that hand out full bar
bars
You,
and hand jobs.
Excuse me.
all right, we gotta.
Do
I'm
you,
going
do you
to.
have the address?
I'm not.
Well, Noodles would be close.
I don't care if Noodles is close. I've
Palmer
not
boys.
waited for him my whole life. I'm not going to start now.
What kind of
Okay,
friend are you?
so
You never
you-
waited for him once?
You guys talk.
You saw the castration. Like you were there.
Oh, boy.
Like this far away. I could have
And?
flicked it.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
flick
come
anything.
on.
I could have. I
Oh, you
said.
could have. So just one pig, or is this were they were
Well, there was a couple.
really?
Yeah, and it was early on in my life because I was a young. Like
And did it scar you?
no, it's just a memory.
Yeah.
Scar me. What am I into castrate? What do you?
Well, I don't know. It's just be something that probably
Do
be
I
like,
look like
"Ooh."
I'm scarred?
It's not like he had his dog taken away when he was a young boy, Dean. It's not like he's scarred for life.
There's
here.
some issues that
Didn't
maybe
lose my
if we wanted
best
to
friend.
if we wanted to sit down and have a chat.
Why don't you lie down on this couch, Rhett?
No, it was just some random pig. It's not like it was a dog that slept by the foot of my bed for
Yeah.
I'd cuddle every day.
Could wait to get home from school to see him, and we'd go on walks
Yeah.
together. And whenever I was down, that dog had always loved me, no matter what kind of day I was having. Never
Dogs
yelled at
don't.
me.
They don't judge.
That's right.
They don't judge. They love you. You
Yeah.
leave for a minute, you come back. God, hey, how are you doing? Hey, man.
Hey, yeah, remember me? I love you.
I was just here. I was just here.
Yeah, I remember you. Do you ever do branding? You ever been to a branding? I feel like that's
No.
probably more common. No, really?
No branding.
Retro?
I was at a buddy's house where the cow had laid down and
Jumped
got
over the moon.
of cheese. The cow friggin' laid down and got all bloated and couldn't get up, so they had to shoot it.
Poke it.
Good night, sweet
They
prince.
shot it. See, because that's on that stuff too. The socials where they stick the thing in their belly
Yep.
and let all the.
All right.
And because they do, they have a thing. It's like shh, 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 and then
You can set it on fire. That's methane, isn't it? I saw one where it was like,
the cow's like, ooh,
oh, that feels better. Yeah.
ooh,
Bad
oh,
sense.
ooh, that's good.
Oh.
Ooh, that's good.
4 stomachs, a lot of gas.
Noodles for 5 minutes.
What the?
5 minutes to noodles.
No, he can come on tomorrow.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know if it can come on tomorrow.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, like he's doing something.
No, I mean, the Sens play tomorrow. Probably, he might be doing
Oh,
pro.
hang on a sec.
Any vibes on Dallas, Red? A lot of people have the picking them to win a.
I think they're good.
Yeah, I like that goalie.
I like their team. Skill.
Remember when you did this, Labardius? You got to tell people
Noodles.
you're on
What's
air.
We're just doing the show. I got you on the phone. I'm
Okay.
I'm trying to buy time because I want to talk to our buddy Noodles, and Rhett says, "Fuck that guy."
Oh,
I'm on right now. I'm literally walking into my room. I'm gonna get on. So give me 3 minutes.
come on, Red. 3 minutes.
Rhett, can you
Come
give
on,
me-
don't be lazy, Rhett.
You better be good.
Yeah, Red says you better be
He
good.
says you better be good. All right, I'm hanging up.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Hey,
A lot of pressure now.
it's your buddy.
What if is he to call me lazy?
Oh, what are you eating there?
What do you got there?
Me and my nut buddy.
Yeah, Having some nuts.
Nuts?
Kicked me
Nuts?
right in the nuts.
Really into the walnuts lately.
Are you?
We need a nut power ranking from you.
Did
What's
we do
this?
that?
Like, where do you put a cashew versus an almond
Hate
versus?
cashews. I won't even eat them.
I love cashews.
That's why you're good nut buddies, you
I
two.
know.
God, I had some cashews the other day.
Yeah.
They were so good. And it was kind of like the bottom quarter.
Yep.
So salty.
Oh yeah.
So you like the salt, not the cashew.
No,
Well, it
I
makes
like the
the
cashew.
cashew
I like
better.
the crunch. I like the texture, the crunch, how
There's
they split in
crunch.
two.
It's soft. It's a soft nut.
Softer.
They're still. Hey, did you know that a peanut is not a nut?
Pardon me. Nuts in its name.
A
Legume?
peanut is not a nut.
Explain.
Tell him, Rhett.
It's a legume.
It's a legume.
Like you tell me.
Why didn't you go to school, Pinder?
I went to some fancy pants school. They taught us where the silver spoons went and where to
Yeah.
put your 15th utensil.
And you know, you could find
Didn't
out
learn
that
anything
it's a
about
legume.
legumes.
You could just go onto the computer. You could Google it a time and find out for yourself that it's a
Um,
I was
legume.
going to be right on.
My guys found out about the cashews because Grandpa's got them in his little office study area, and they're
Right.
always sneaking off, just coming back like salty fingers,
Yeah.
stinking like cashews,
That's
just
what their
hammering.
fingers are stinking of.
What
Grandpa.
about the almond joy? I'm sure it was part of your discussion.
Joy?
The almond joy.
Is that a bar?
The chocolate bar.
It's a chocolate bar. I don't.
Oh, another thing I was thinking about. I don't care
Yeah.
about the almond joy. Faces of Death. Remember that
Oh,
show?
Yes, Rat. That's what
Is it good?
I tried to not watch it, but there were some kids in junior high school that were watching it, and they
I
didn't
know,
end up
but in
normal.
today's world, is it even relevant? Have we all?
It's just on the internet now. It's just scroll your socials with like you
What
get.
is it?
It was just basically a movie of like surveillance videos of like people dying. It
Oh,
was
really?
like very
Oh,
like
it was black market. It
yes, yeah.
I remember
weren't allowed
seeing the
to show
video
that.
of whoever it was, like a politician or whatever, walked to the podium, took a gun out of this envelope, bang.
No,
Yeah.
I don't need that.
It's like, whoa.
There is so much good in the world, and it's like we somehow find a way to entertain ourselves and kill time by like absolutely fascinating over the worst shit happening in the world.
Yeah, it's not good.
Not good at all.
That's why we need guys like Noodles.
We totally need guys
Lighten
like
the
Noodles.
mood.
Hurry
We
up.
need some positive stories, Noodles. Tell us how good the Flames are. Come on, Noodles.
He's
let's
not going
go.
to do that.
Oh, okay.
No, that is not coming. I'm going to tell you
Can't
right,
fascinate on that either. Then.
right now. That's probably not coming. Look, see, the people are. Yeah, I saw that that video. It's not that you're like, oh, this is awesome.
Live? What do you mean live? This is your buddy you hug
I
with.
didn't see it live, but it was footage, surveillance or whatever, like security cam footage.
See you later.
Dude had a bad day.
Probably didn't make things better for people around him.
No, I don't think it did.
Okay, but back to Faces of Death. Like, is
Oh,
it
right.
even-
Yes.
is
I
it-
prefer. How about the almond joy? It was that
Yeah.
felt a little
How about
more.
back to your nut
Faces
power
of
rankings.
Death even a big deal anymore? Like, would it register even?
I mean, it would just it wouldn't come on a video. It would just be a website or a follow this avatar on this social media. I don't know.
Yeah.
It would get clicks.
Okay, what do you got there now?
I got charcuterie salami.
Yeah, don't mind us while you have lunch.
Charcuterie salami.
Yeah, charcuterie trio.
You know what I bought the other day at Costco was the big chunk of Schwartz's pastrami.
Oh,
I was like, that can't be very good. It's great.
that sounds like Costco.
Really?
Skeptical, and you're like,
So
yep,
good.
amazing.
Because that's why I needed the slicer.
I got to go to Rochester. One of us has to go to Rochester this weekend, and there's a Costco there.
No, you're
Is there no
close enough
Costco in
there?
Buffalo?
No Costco. They've been building it for years. It has
Buffalo's
What
a
are you
shit
talking about?
dumb. Across the border.
Let's go to our insider hotline,
The pastrami hotline.
brought to you by TELUS. Enter to win one of 6 monthly prizes, including tickets to Calgary hockey games and awesome tech like AirPods, Apple Watches, and more. No purchase necessary. All you have to do is fill out a quick survey to enter for your chance to win online. TELUS.com/Flames contest. Look who it is. One of us didn't want to wait. One of us was impatient, said it wasn't going to be worth the wait. The rest of us said, no, Jamie McLennan he's our favorite. We love that guy. We're hanging around. I'll let you decide who was who.
I just said I've heard all your shitty stories.
Well, one of us was being a bad teammate, and that's
Oh.
what it was. You know, everyone else wanted to enjoy. I mean, it's tough. I was thinking about it. Okay, waiting for me, and then all we're gonna do is just line up and kick the Flames in the jump.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Maybe the one of us is onto something here. Just have lunch and not talk about the team. That might be easier.
Yeah, Pinder said, "Oh no, Noodles is going to come on and tell us how great the Flames are."
Yeah,
Like,
come
I
on,
don't
Noodles,
know.
floor's yours.
Not sure that's going to happen. I was watching this show called Overdrive, and they had Mike Johnson on, and there was an O-Dog and a Noodles and another guy. And I'll tell you what, these guys, they're not too high in the Calgary Flames. I'm
Really?
not
Bunch
sure
of negative Nellies out
yeah,
there, eh?
yeah. I'm not saying they're wrong, but they were not buying.
Well, you know, it stemmed from the conversation. As I flew into Edmonton, I went to the game. I wanted to be there and did a little bit of work and stuff like that. And then you're just literally watching. You know, it's a great platform, and you knew going in 2 desperate teams. So one of them was going to continue their 5-game losing streak. You know, whether it was going to be Edmonton or was it going to be Calgary. In my mind, it was like, this game's going to overtime. Like I kept thinking, like, this is going to be a tight fought game. Might see some fights because both teams are desperate. When you have games like this, a lot of times family are in, so you don't want to have a bad game in front of your family, so you'll be a little bit extra nervous and stuff. And I didn't see the push from Calgary. I really didn't. And it's not like they weren't given opportunities. You get 2 5-on-3s in the first period, which is kind of unheard of, which I can't remember the last time I've actually seen that. And not that they weren't dangerous. They weren't, you know, it wasn't a situation where it's like 5-on-3s in the National Hockey League. If you have a talented team, that should be a guaranteed goal or damn close to it, unless the goalie stands on his head. And it just wasn't like it. There wasn't. And I know that I think there were 2 at the end. Pinder, you would know this probably. What, 2 for 5? What were they in?
Yeah, they had 2 power play goals. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've now had 3 over a minute segments separately on 5-on-3s. They've scored on 1 of them. They had 1 in Columbus. They had 2 in Edmonton. They scored on the second. They did in the first.
Yeah. So I just thought, you know, I'm looking at Evander Kane, you know, mic'd up saying like, what's anybody going to do out here? You're just like, man, oh man. Like, and I know, listen, Rasmus Anderson's an impact player, but I circle, I don't know how you guys feel. The only guy I thought really came, I guess there was 2. Uyghur I thought looked really good, but outside of that, I thought Markstrom kept him in the game. Yep. Everyone else, like, who's grabbing that game and going, you know what, we're not going to be denied here. Or if we're going to be denied, you know, it's going to be, we're going down swinging type of thing. And I just didn't see it from the group.
No,
it felt like an exhibition game almost.
And to be fair, it's felt like a lot of their games. The goalie's good, and maybe there's one other guy that you're like, yeah, that's a nice play. And everyone else, you're just like, are they waiting for someone to drag them into this thing? No one wants to take this bull by the horns.
Yeah, disappointing. Like, that was the one thing, like, you know, I looked at Kadri. Kadri scores a goals first this season. He's kind of eyeing the bench, you know, kind of like, do you give, you know, maybe he drags them into a war. You know, Huberdeau, and I know you were talking about our show. Like, I think O-Dog said, like, and I think he was being, you know, facetious and joking, but he's like, I thought Huberdeau was a healthy scratch because he said I didn't, you know, his name wasn't called on the broadcast very much. He just hasn't been impactful, and I don't know what it is. And you know, I know
doesn't it? Sorry, I got to interrupt you because does it not just scream of dysfunction? We used the word a lot last year, and it fits again. Like, this guy's not doing it. This guy's not doing. This guy's not doing. This guy's not doing. This guy's not doing it. No one's showing up to fight and battle. And even if you're going to lose, say I won't stand for it. It just reeks that there's no commitment to it, and there's just got to be a level of dysfunction that's happening in that dressing room. And I'm not talking about management and ownership and coaching. It's the guys.
Yeah, you know what Rhett, dysfunction could be the word. I'm more just looking at it like, I think there's just a group of really nice guys that are just wired a certain way. And it's like, okay, like, I don't know, on several teams, I played in 6 different organizations, 17 years, and saw different types of leadership. There were quiet leaders. There were guys who were vocal and said, you know, I'm a foxhole guy, follow me. You know, the Chris Prongers, you know, Rhett, you were a great leader. Iggy was a great leader. Robin was a great leader. Like, you knew the pulse of the dressing room. Like, that's the thing. Like, the room was like, this is a family. And, sometimes the head of the family has to stand up and say, like, let's get our head out of our asses. Now, Zadorov, you know what? Zadorov's a soundbite. And you know what? I respect him for at least standing up and saying, like, I'm embarrassed for the fans. I'm embarrassed of ourselves. Like, you can tell he cares. And I'm not saying that nobody in that room doesn't care. Everyone cares in their own right. But some guys, their caring has to spill out onto the ice. And if you're not vocal, you better damn sure play well and be a difference maker. That's how you show you care. And I don't know. It's almost like they're paralyzed a little bit. You're sitting there looking around going, who's going to grab this? And I'm going to follow behind them, but I'm not going to be the guy. We always joke that when it comes to things, even, for example, Daryl Sutter, there was nobody that, everyone wanted to be second to kick him in the nuts. Nobody was first. And, it's everyone piles on. That's the online mentality. It's like somebody says something, then it's the pile on, where you're waiting for somebody in that dressing room to go, okay, I'm doing this. And if you want to jump behind me, let's have it. But I just didn't see it the other night, and it's unfortunate. But you know what? They're in one against Dallas. Dallas is a hell of a team. So we'll see how that goes.
You make a good point too, is that mix matters. And, it's easy to get down. They haven't performed and they haven't battled at all. And they haven't shown you any reason to have a bunch of hope. And maybe it is just mix. Maybe it is just the wrong group of guys individually. And I said it the other day. I said, I don't think Huberdeau's ever going to find his way here. I just don't. Now, does that mean he can't go to another organization and have some success? Right. I don't know if he's ever going to earn the 10.5 or whatever it is, but I truly don't believe it'll happen in Calgary. And maybe people would be pissed, but maybe it's not all on him. Maybe it's just the mix. I don't think Kadri's going to be good here. But if the mix is no good, what's Conroy going to do to fix it? Because that is his problem.
It is. I think what you have to do is look at, okay, what's the thought process now? What's the thought process in 3 months? What's the thought process in 3 years? And if you're looking at it, I always say these words, the spine of a team. Okay, the skeleton. What is, everybody's committed to their core. And, I live in Toronto. So the big argument, 7 years in a row, first round out, or now they've won one round, but they've committed to that core.
Core
whether
four.
They can get it done or not. Okay. Edmonton has a core, obviously. Vancouver now, they've got the goalie, they got the defenseman, they got the centerman. So you're looking at, even Ottawa. Ottawa's committed to their young players. They've got a core, and they're going to go, we're going to build around this, and we're going to try and win. So Connie's got to figure out, and I'm sure, again, it's easy for me to say and for us to say, I guarantee you Connie has multiple plans, but he's got to figure out moving forward. Not only do I have a $10.5 million player that's, 8 games into his 8-year deal. I've got Kadri 1 year in. We got Backlund signs, and I think Backlund's a terrific person, and I think he'd be a good captain. I just think when in his role, he needs a support staff, guys that are, at different stages of their career. Markstrom's on term. You got Weegar on term. So you look at this core. Are you going to commit? Now you're going to sign Lindholm on term. Are you going to sign Hannafin on term and go, okay, this is the core that's going to go against Edmonton, going to go against Vancouver, going to go against Ottawa, going to go against Toronto. Montreal has some of the young guys tied up. Like, that's what I look at. I'm just talking about Canadian cities. But that's what I look at is this core, the spine of the team, are they going to be able to commit to that? And do they want to, based on what you're seeing? Now, 8 games in, the answer obviously is no. But can these guys turn around and be more like a Vegas team where they do it by committee? You've got depth, you've got good players. But I guess you could argue that, I've said this before, like Pietrangelo and Theodore, those are Norris caliber defensemen. And Jack Eichel is close to being a rock star, and so is Mark Stone. So, but they're not the McDavid, Matthews, that type of stuff, McKinnon, Makar. So, what does Calgary have, and what does that core look like moving forward, not only today, but 2 years from now? What does this team look like?
Yeah, and it's not just 8 games; it's 88 games or 90 games. It's because last year it was the same core. They have not. Toffoli, I guess, was kind of a core piece, but they haven't added anyone. They're certainly not better without Toffoli than they were with him, and group wasn't good enough. I just think it would be absolute insanity for them to extend any of these UFAs, any of them, if there isn't a massive turnaround of what we're watching. Because to your point, it looks like a whole bunch of secondary pieces. It doesn't look like they have any core parts aside from maybe Uyghur and Anderson, who have term on the back end.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, you got some kids that are pushing through, but, you know, last year I'd heard, you know, it's the argument that Daryl thought maybe these guys weren't physically ready. And some of them, you know, in getting pushed off pucks or pushed in situations like, you know, Peltier's injured. You look at Coronado, you know, guys like that, are they ready to be impact, or are they ready to push through and push your top players and steal that ice time? I'm bullish on Mangiapane. I really like him. I think he's a really good player. You know, you need guys to hit their grooves. And I guess I always try and take a step back and go, we're seeing the worst of this team right now.
Yep.
What are they at their best? And even if everyone plays average, like, what does that team look like? Does that look like a 7-10 team? Is that a playoff team? Is that a wild card team? Is that a, you know, top 3 in the Pacific? Because they're not that far removed from a couple years ago, but you are far removed from key pieces. Matthew Tkachuk dragged you into a war. You know, Johnny Gaudreau was an impact player because he made players around him better. Ask Elias Lindholm.
Yep.
So, you know, that's the difference I see with this group, but I still want to give a little bit of a pause. It is November 1st for today, but I mean, man, October was not good.
It is hard to see.
Oh yeah.
But your point is a good one. It's not like they are at peak performance and are still losing hockey games and struggling. I think there is room for improvement, but I do have a hard time when I look at some of these other teams in the West thinking, okay, if you are a little bit better, if everybody's marginally to a lot better even, still, where does that leave them? Now, a goaltender can take you a long way, but I come back to that mix. I'm curious for both of you guys. We always see it, that there'll be some teams that because of a good mix will be better than you would have expected they would be. They will exceed expectations. And then on the other side, you see teams that you think should be better, but maybe because of a bad mix. Have you been around or been like privy to or have talked to guys where the mix was no good, but still they were just, it didn't matter. It didn't matter that they hung out or that they got along. They were just a good hockey team regardless.
Interesting. I mean,
I haven't
either. You know, I've found, and this might be that this is my age speaking, right? And Rhett would speak through our age too. The game was different back then. I look at today's game, and everyone you talk to in the game, these players are they're their own brand. They've got their own, they got their parents involved. They got their trainers. They got their private chef. They got there's just layers to this little brand that they put into the dressing room. Whereas before, you know, we can go back to the 04 because that's probably, and we had a President's Trophy winning team in St. Louis in 99. Very talented, good mix, veteran guys who were married, young guys who were single that went out, but everybody got along. Everybody challenged themselves. There was a pyramid. There was the top of the pyramid with your top players like 04 with Iggy and Kipper and, you know, guys who had been there before, Jelly. And then there was guys who fell into line because, hey, we had a tight team. And you win a game, you won as a team, you lost as a team. There wasn't, you know, these big egos that just bullied their way or caused dissension in the room. So I've been a part of teams that were tight as families and maybe, you know, could have done more, should have done more. I look at my 99 team that won the President's Trophy. Like, we were cup favorites and we should have been. We were a hell of a team. We lost in the first round. It's unfortunate. But I don't know if I've been a part. And I've heard stories about the Chicago Blackhawks organization being dysfunctional, but not the team, not the guys in the dressing room, right? So, you know, you heard about Taze and Kane and Seabrook and Keith. They kept that group tight. They were very tight. They were all really close. It didn't matter what went on in management and coaching or whatever. If there was dissension, those guys played. So I don't think I've heard of a team that was wildly dysfunctional where guys didn't like each other, where it was like they showed up and played and made it happen. I feel like, and this is awful to say, I feel like the NBA is more like that, where because the Hardens and Kyries and guys like that are disrupted, that are just great players. Like in hockey, there's just too many more guys. There's just more guys.
You need more for sure.
Yeah.
3 guys, you can win a championship of the NBA with an okay supporting cast. You need waves of guys all on the same page in this league. I think of that Vegas team, and even a guy like Eichel, who was definitely what you described, like, penciled to be a star from his teens, definitely an independent contractor, his own brand. He bought in and he felt like one of those guys. And that was a team. That was not a collection of independent contractors billing the same employer. Like it, and maybe that's winning, helps you buy in. But I look around with the Flames and I see almost every other team in the league with more talent. Even if it's Anaheim, you've got Zegras, you've got Terry, you had the reigning defenseman of the year in the Q, the O, and the Western League. You just got Leo Carlson, who's in. Look, they're not great now; they're young, but like that's a team you're gonna have to compete with every year moving forward. They're only getting better.
Yeah,
this is an opportunity for something this organization's never done, which is to pick in the top 3 in the draft. If you can help that along, and again, you got to give it a little more runway with what you got. No one wants to give you a good deal now. But if they miss this opportunity, if they're bad and they don't help this along, you are missing a franchise player or 2 or 3. There's nobody here that's a franchise player.
Right. I mean, I used to think, not used to, I'm a big Markstrom guy, especially the way he was in Vancouver. I think 2 years in a row, he's MVP. I think he's capable of dragging you. But I'll go back to what Boomer was saying. Like, are they good enough where you're looking at a quality competition? Will the goalie drag you into mediocrity where it's like, okay, this guy might be able to get you to playoffs, but are you going deep in the playoffs? Maybe you catch lightning in a bottle, but like, are you perennial playoff team building, keys, cornerstone pieces to build around? Or are you kind of, unfortunately, a mishmash of like really good players, really good personalities, or nice guys, but is the mix not working? That's kind of the question that I think Connie needs to answer. And time is going to sort that out. Like obviously Connie's been around the organization, seeing the guys the way that, it's the way that Tree built it. But Connie has to take a look at what his vision is for the future of this organization. So, again, it's 8 games, but I'm sure, like you said, here in Calgary, there's concerns.
It is weird though. We've been talking about the mix not being right for a long time.
Even the Johnny era that everyone yearns for now.
Blow up the core. Gio was captain, and you had to. All those guys are gone, and still we're talking about
Kachuk, Gaudreau, Monahan. They're all gone, and you yearn for those guys now. And even that group was like, "Yeah, you'll never win with those guys."
Yeah.
And the one thing. Go ahead, News.
Until you do, like if you like, people always crapped on Washington. Never going to win with Ovi. Never going to win with Backstrom, Carlson, and all that. And I know that's an outlier, but it just if teams build, and that's what I say. If you've got a core, then you're a strong core, and you go at it every year because 31 teams are going to lose. But I look at Colorado. I remember, and I think I've said this to you guys before. Nathan McKinnon said, I've been in this league 9 years and I haven't accomplished shit. That's what he said. And he was pissed. And then you add in McCarr, and you add in, there was tremendous depth there. Those were some really, deep teams in Colorado. They had a reset. I hated that push on McCarr the other night. I don't know how the hell that wasn't, at least a major or something. Yeah. I didn't like that. But anyways, that's a different conversation. But you look at the way these teams are built, and I think this is maybe just the narrative, and I don't know if it's fair or unfair, but we always talk about star-driven leagues, star-driven teams. And that's where, I circle many teams in this league that have top-tier superstars, top tier. Now, Huberdeau, a couple of years ago, was that from every aspect. You get 115 points, you're a top-tier player. I would like to see him get back to, that's why I want to give him a little bit longer leash. Not that he's earned it, but it's like, he's not this bad. He's just not. It's almost like he's forgotten where to go on the ice to be effective. And it's, you know, Rhett, you said this last time, like maybe it's the teammates he plays with. But you got to find chemistry with somebody. Like if you put me in a room with 20 people, I guarantee you I could come out with one friend, because that somebody would be like-minded, would be something. Like, you know, at some point, Huberdeau has to look in the mirror and go, I'm going to be better, and I'm going to drag somebody with me, whether that's Lindholm, whether that's Kadri, whether that's Mangiapane, where it's just like you sit down and you develop some chemistry with a guy. You get out early in practice and you start going, I'm going to be here, you're going to go there. Like, you know, Rhett, I don't know how you used to do things, but when you struggle as a player, you go back to the drawing board. And then you don't start pointing fingers. And I'm not suggesting Huberdeau points fingers, but it's like, look yourself in the mirror. What do I need to do to be a better player, to help this team be successful? I think it starts with their top tier players and go, what are we going to do to be better to help this team win?
I just take Stu Barnes drinking. That's what
get Stu out of his slumps. Get him back on a 30-goal
Took him
pace.
to Elmo's. I bought him some wings. I said, Stu, it's okay if you went 30 games without scoring. I went 160.
Then he probably had a hat trick that night.
Really, 160 very effective games.
Yeah.
You had different job descriptions, to be fair. But no, I mean, that is what the team's missing, right? If Huberdeau's the guy they thought he was, your offense is humming, your power play's way better, the guys around him are having great years. Like, it's what they're missing. It's
all of the above, because we've said it. If you win, you have more fun. You're looser. It's more enjoyable. It builds on itself. Shit's not going well. Well, that builds on itself too. Nobody's doing good. You squeeze the stick, you pressure up, you start to have dissension. Like, all of those things, they're both true. Yeah. I just don't. Huberdeau's not going to get worse.
Right. That's what I mean.
This is the bottom. But
your take, and we hadn't even got there. Thank you for coming on. And thank God we waited for you with your positive news. This is as bad as it should get.
Yes.
So ride it out.
Yeah, I mean,
and I don't mean ride it out and restock and think that this team is by Christmas going to be first in the league. But there is, as far as Conroy or fans or this, it's not worse tomorrow or the next day. This is it. Like, so it should be some gradual uptick, and it'll get to a point where it gets to, and that's fine. But if Conroy thinks he needs to change the world today, that's a mistake, because you're not doing anything good right now.
And guess what? There's probably 20 general managers out there right now calling him, going, I can give you a lifeline. Boy, that player, I'm sure you'd love to get rid of this guy or love to get rid of that guy. Because everybody, when you're struggling and you feel like you've got no leverage on certain players, go, I'll take that guy off your hands. Like, let me, I'll give you a 7th rounder. I'll just take him off your hands. So he's not getting a lifeline from anybody in the league right now. You're right, Rhett. You have to ride it out. But that's why I'm saying ride it out to figure out what this group is. If it's not first place by December, you're not going to be kissed up against San Jose either. Like, I really feel there's somewhere in
even if you want to be.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't. I think the goalie's too good. I think there is talent there. It's just they've got to play better. But the only thing that scares me, I don't know how you guys feel about it, is Dallas is a hell of a team. So
you can play real good.
There could be a 7-1 tonight that you.
Well, and Seattle was better than them last year. I mean, 5 games could be 7 pretty quick. I understand this is rock bottom, but that doesn't mean the losing skid ends tonight.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's no sense getting more grumpy about it.
And that's how
it is what it is.
We talk about it. Sometimes you start playing a little bit better before you come out of it. And they could play well tonight and lose.
Yeah, just like
New
York,
it gives you a reason to think that maybe something's coming. And we're given reason to believe that all of maybe you re-sign Lindholm or you re-sign Hanif and you get these guys like, why would you do that? There's some belief that they're not doing that they've put a pause on all this other stuff. They're going to see just deal with this hockey team before you're talking about extending guys because they're UFAs or whatever. Let's just try and play your way out of it, because you're right. There's a lot of guys who have room to be better that even if you're with the most negative lens looking at it, they should be better than this. Maybe it's not a playoff team, but they should be better than this.
Yeah. I just want to see what I want to see what that looks like. I'd like to see a 10-game stretch where guys play to their potential, and maybe they go 7-3, and you're like, okay, let's see what this looks like. This feels like, and then you start to add to it and go, okay, this isn't a fit. This isn't a fit. We aren't going to extend this guy. We do want to extend this guy. That's where I just feel like you can't make the hate. Like here's a complete opposite thought process. William Nylander's played really well in Toronto. So, there's a, the quiz last night on the NHL or on the TSN panels, like, is William Nylander a top 10 player in the NHL? I'm like, let's just relax here. Like, yeah, the guy's played really well. But now all of a sudden you're almost building a case for this kid to go, yeah, I want to be paid like Mitch Marner now. So now all you're going to do is jam up your cap again with another guy that's 10 plus. Like, when a guy's on a hot streak, don't get too horny, and vice versa. Don't get too down when a group or a player is struggling. Find out. That's where managers have to have that, like, maybe not be on social media, or just find a way to just breathe a little bit when, you probably got an owner squawking in your ear. You've got the fan base that's booing and pissed off, and probably people stopping you in the grocery store going, what the hell are you doing here? But outside of that, I think you've got to breathe and find that middle ground, whether it's positive or negative.
You were a coach. If you were at the rink today in that Flames office, what do you say to Jonathan Huberdeau? How do you approach him and the scenario that he's in, and that because he's in it, you're all in it?
You know what? I would hope that, and by now, because if I was, let's say I was a new coach, you're a month in, you're 2 months in, you hopefully have a relationship where you can have some not candid talk from me to him to you, some trust where it's like, what are you seeing? What are you seeing? What are you feeling? Because it's almost like analytics, when you I know analytics, but I also have the eye test because I played. So I try and tie the numbers to what I'm seeing. And if they don't match, that's what's exciting. It's like, okay, what am I missing here about this guy, about that? So there's things that I would look at and go, what are you seeing here? Maybe pull out a couple plays, you sit down, but I want to know his mental state. I want to know how he's feeling, if how his life is doing outside of the rink. And that's the relationship part. And then you get into the X and O's. And then you point out, say, you got more time here, or you don't have enough time here to make that play. So that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. And I think as it approaches closer to the game, you can overanalyze everything to death. It's paralysis by analysis. But at the end of the day, go out and play.
Yeah.
Go out and play and relax and play. You're good at hockey. Go show me you're good at hockey. And I'm going to give you 22 minutes or whatever.
Yes. 25.
Yeah. 25 minutes. You're going to, I'm going to push you out the door tonight, but I want you to go and want that, enjoy it and have some fun. And if you make a mistake, bust your ass back, be on the right side of the puck in the defensive zone, but go be creative. Go create some magic tonight. Go feel good about your game. That's what I would say to him.
Rhett, you said that the other day. Play the
There's
ass
two
off.
alternatives. You send a message by sitting them, which might just piss them off and further alienate them, or you play the piss out of them. Don't leave them in. Don't allow them. Everyone. It's not science, so it can't be proven. But sure as hell, we all understand. The more you play, or the more you see a guy play, typically the better he plays.
Yes. And he also takes a lot of pride in it too, right? He's going to take a lot of pride in, I'm getting out there. If I'm not, and obviously if the guy's, garbage, then, you got to give him the hook. But
if he's not trying,
right.
If he's not trying, there's a difference.
Right.
There's a difference between effing up and not trying. And
right.
you got full reign to F up, but you can't not try. If you do turn it over, you have to try.
Yeah, I agree. I think there has to be, a level of trust and commitment. And ultimately, like I said this before, and it's in every league, your top players are the ones that you rely on, and they have to deliver. So you're paying a guy $10.5 million, you're paying a guy $7 million, you're paying, a goaltender $6 million. Like these are your guys that you rely on. You're not relying on a guy who makes $750 and is a call up, or, you can rely on him for a spark, secondary support, or maybe on one given night to deliver a performance. But there's a reason why Jonathan Huberdeau makes $10.5 million. It's, at some point, he's at least proven it to the management team that signed him to that contract. And he's got to go out and earn it. And like I say, play the hell out of him until his legs fall off. You need the effort from him. We'll see if he responds. So I'm looking forward to see how this group, because this group, I think, feels like they're in one and they're kind of in a corner. They might almost be, it's like us against the world type of thing. They might need that mentality, but they need something to galvanize the group.
Like you know what it would be for me? That fancy wallpaper that you got going behind.
That gets fired up, eh?
Wicked. If they could put that in the Flames room, they would be motivated. That's high end. That's a 5-star.
End.
That's 5-star right there.
You know how I roll. High-end hotels, right? Like this is
roll a doobie. You don't have to leave your room tonight. Just watch the walls.
This is Okotoks' finest. I'm telling you right now.
I was going to say, speaking of high end, how was Edmonton?
Edmonton was good. Tough liver weekend. I'll be honest. But
the enzymes are off a little bit right now. That'll happen.
Saturday night was a later night than I expected. Got a great.
True or false? You're on Nickelback's rider. They weren't going to show up unless you were there.
Yeah, their mascot, Noodles, the mascot.
See?
I did visit with the band extensively that night, Saturday
extensively.
night. Yeah, it was a late one. And then I ended up, it's funny, you run in, so the whole league's there. So you can't turn without running into somebody. And I ran into my old buddy, Marty Reisner, Marty, the one-man party.
I saw Marty last spring. No, this fall in Rochester.
Yeah, Marty's the best. So Rafi Torres, you turn around, like, honest to God, it was just like, former player after former player and not so much current guys, because I just kind of kept my distance, but it was a great, honest to God, I don't know how you guys felt. It looked amazing. Like the event was awesome. Like the league did an unbelievable job. The ice looked great. Talking to the guys, like the ice was good. The Nickelback guys they're frozen. Like Chad he said that during sound check on the Saturday night, he's like, we got 3 songs to do. He goes, my hands were frozen after one, like, because the wind and it was coming in. And I don't know if you saw on the broadcast, he was wearing gloves and hot pockets in it. But I was like, and it's so weird. As I was walking up to Commonwealth, I had my phone in my hand and, was texting or something. And I was like, God, my fingers are frozen. So then I was thinking how they play guitar, but they did a good job. The fans were great. There was a huge fan base from the Flames up there, like big time. Like, I don't know what the percentage would be, but it was impressive. Like both teams had a good showing as far as fan base and support. Unfortunately, just one team had to lose, but I don't mind losing. I would have liked a little bit more pushback in certain areas, put it that way.
Getting soft all that time, Vancouver Nickelback, eh? Imagine if they had to play the real Heritage Classic in 03 when it was minus 24.
Yeah.
Then your hands would be real cold, sir.
Yeah, but that's when you
zero
need those,
with wind. Come on.
You need those jet engine
heaters.
I've been on a few sets where they've got those jet engine heaters where they're just blowing at you, and you need stuff like that. But honestly, it was I thought it was a great event, and the league did a good job. And like I say, it was a late one Saturday. I had a function on Sunday afternoon, and then went to the game and basically crawled on the plane Monday morning. So it was a bit of a grind.
Wonder what a band gets paid to play 3 songs at a.
Well, I heard it was 5, but only 2 on air. Wasn't it, or was it 3 in total? 3 for not TV, 2 for TV.
3 total, 1 off air, 2 on air. But
3 songs.
That's a hell of a per diem.
It's a lot of M&Ms.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all it comes down to. Hey, worth the wait. Rhett said it wasn't going to be worth the wait. I disagree. You were awesome.
Thanks, guys. It's I got to get set up here in Calgary and get on my own show, but it'll be a fun one.
No worries about go to the studio.
I should. I'm going to do it. I brought my tie line. I'm going to do it from the Saddle Dome, actually. So
there you go.
Might do it from Uncle Pete's office. You never know.
Sure. No worries about mixing our team. Look at us.
Yeah.
Lots of chemistry here. Thanks, Noodles.
All
Have a
right.
good day, buddy.
Talk soon, guys. Take it easy.
There you go. On our Insider Hotline, powered by TELUS. Enter to win one of 6 monthly prizes, including tickets to Calgary hockey games and awesome tech like AirPods, Apple Watches, and more. No purchase is necessary. All you need to do is fill out a quick survey, and you're in. TELUS.com/Flames contest to get in on that. Yeah.
Lot
You know
better.
what? If anything,
I
we
feel
end the
better.
show today with a little bit of positivity, a
Feel
little
way
bit
better
of feel
than
good.
talking to Pinder all day.
Started really, Pinderish. Little Noodles to wrap it up. Feel a lot better about things, don't we all?
Bring him on full time. Give me some of that paid leave. Let's go.
He did say that Dallas is pretty good, though. He's might be in
yeah.
one for the Stars tonight. Yeah, but play better.
Yeah.
Play better. If you win, you lose.
And you know what? You could make all of us happy. Go ahead
All of us.
and lose. Hit your betways. You guys can lose, and if you play, but if you play hard and lose, and Pinder's still happy because we could get the high draft pick.
By the way, there's some lineup notes. Dylan Dubé's not going to go tonight, and it looks like the line rushers from yesterday are going to hold, which is Coronado centering the fourth line with Greer and Dur. It'll be Zeri playing to the right of Kadri with Sharon Govich on the other side. Backlund with Coleman and Hunt. And that means Mangiapani's up top with Lindholm and Huberdeau. Rasmus Anderson returns. Dubé out. All right. We'll see.
Coronado
no Ruzicka
centering the
yet.
fourth line.
Yeah. First time playing center in the league.
Why not?
They've tried everything almost. This might be the final iteration they've never tried.
And that whole thing, to hear you and Noodles kind of talk about it, and you mentioned it the other day. There's two ways you can do it with Huberdeau. Just to kind of, you can bench him and put him upstairs, or you can play the wheels right off of him. Because right now, watching the way he was playing, where he's turning the puck over, going off sides on open nets and stuff, it's just so
No
in his head.
Yeah.
It's
Too
just
tired to think.
just go. And
Go.
you're not going to sit for very long, so you can't even stew about it or think about it. Make some plays. Let's just go.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that, but it's also not just 9 games. It's
I know.
it's 90, right? That's the challenge.
Both sides are right. I don't disagree with your take on things, but there's no sense.
I don't mind playing the wheels off him, but he better be good. Because if you play the wheels off and he's bad, like, woo,
Well, then it's
then it's time to do the other.
What's the difference?
what's the what is the difference? No one else is.
You're still winning because we're losing, right? You
Well,
still
I
have
guess
injured.
the difference is what message is Huska saying? Is he saying that we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt, or is there consequences?
The
and this is
NHL.
and so it's the NHL. If you're not playing well, the only I control is your ice time. So I don't mind if they give him minutes for a minute.
Well, they've tried the 15, 14 minutes.
They haven't tried benching him, and they haven't tried playing the piss out of him. I'm kind of with you guys. Give it one or the other, and we'll know.
If you
And
believe that
do it
works
for 3 games. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
There is the beauty of where they are. There's nothing to lose. But
Yeah.
they lose it. Well, okay.
It's not like it's March and you're thinking if we drop a couple here. No, this is time to try some stuff because there's no one else that says, "Hey, I'm deserving of that ice time that you're giving them."
No, God. I mean, geez, you got a third line and a fourth line you're happy with, and nothing above that has looked good.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to look like a top 6 forward, we'll give you all the ice time.
Retro and I on Afterburner tonight.
Have
Yeah,
fun.
babe.
Remember, it couldn't get worse. That's what we all said today.
Right here on this very YouTube. Make sure that if you can't check it out tonight, you can check it out in the morning on your way to work. So Retro and I will have all the juicy details on tonight's game.
If there are any.
Well, there'll be details. Yeah.
What's our
Go
football
which side.
tomorrow?
We got Pittsburgh hosting Tennessee. We'll go to the Jack Cam tomorrow for some intel on Matt Canada's offense.
Right.
Yeah.
It's misery everywhere.
Well, Tennessee's got that new young quarterback. We'll see what Levis,
Will Levis.
Levi's.
Guys, have a good one. There you see it. Barn Burner Vacation. Go to nationgear.ca. Book yourself in. Spots are moving. We need to get you in there.
Let's go.
And you betcha, on the show tomorrow. Hey, Ask Rhett. Get your questions in. Bonton Meets, bringing you Ask Rhett every Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Email your questions to the email address, which is askrhett@flamesnation.ca. Will you be in the same office tomorrow? Is that a good
I think
environment for you to
Yeah.
answer life's questions?
that is. Yeah, it's safe.
He's going to get some of that Noodles
scent.
wallpaper put in, but other than that,
Oh,
it's
that'd be
same.
Real sharp.
Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Be good to somebody, would you? See you, buddies.